Yeah, once you start doing peanut butter half-baked, you can't go back to normal half-baked. Just not as good.
Yeah, I mean, I like the I like the nutty flavors, I should say.
Yeah,
Yeah, always did.
I like the texture of the peanut butter cookie dough is
Oh, yeah, yeah. I
really
just
good.
finished one. I just finished one of
Oh,
those last week. So,
I don't think I've had it since the pandemic started.
oh my gosh, why? It's the perfect time to do it since you're, stuck at home and stuff.
Because my parents have been filling the freezer with like groceries instead, so they don't have to keep going out
Groceries?
shopping.
Why?
There's
Why
there's no space
groceries?
for ice cream.
No.
Kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. So, we are live. I've got the stream stuff all up. I think it should be working. Yay. And yes, D&D. Where's my almost story log? This is wait a minute, did I put the wrong session time?
It was on sale, okay. Cannot resist a good sale. Yes. Make space for ice cream, Silvertwix, is what she says.
Yeah, this is session 7.
I mean, one other thing you can do is just get it and then finish it on the same day.
Okay, I cannot do that. My boyfriend can eat a whole tub of Ben and Jerry's in one sitting, and it scares me.
That's scary amounts. Thanks for the reroll, Sherry. You guys have got one reroll now. To see if you're big.
Then you would be very, very afraid of me.
Yeah? Can you finish more than a pint? Can you finish, like, a Kawartha tub? Because I'd be impressed.
I can. If I really wanted to.
In one sitting, or, like,
Seriously?
all 3 meals?
That Ben and Jerry's
It
is
means
like
I'll be super full, but
compact.
Wow.
I'm trying to lose weight, but I can do it if I really wanted to.
I think the ice cream is more satisfying.
Than losing weight?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's short term and long term,
But you need to have pandemic fat. That's how you stay alive.
There's no ice cream in the afterlife, so you gotta eat it all now.
How do you know?
That's true. There could be ice cream in the afterlife.
I choose to believe there's much ice cream in afterlife.
Depends on where you go. If you go to a place that's really, really hot, then
I mean, remember, I'm lactose intolerant, so
there's dairy-free ice cream.
I know.
That'll be your second shot at eating ice cream. No intolerances in the afterlife.
How do you know?
Yeah. If I go to the good place, then it's going to be ice cream I can eat. If I go to the bad place, it's going to be dairy. Anyway. Okay. Session 7 of our Almost Stormy campaign. And you guys have been making very swift progress, moving very slowly across the map. Now that you're actually moving across the map. And you have reached Beliard, I believe, as of the end of the last session. 8 days in, summertime, you kind of left Zephyros's floating castle and made a whole big plan for these trade routes that you're putting together. What your plan is seems to be a little bit over the place, but that's fine. Your whole thing is to start meeting people and talking to people or whatever. See how it goes as you get there. So, you know what? I don't really need a map right now. But the second screen's all screwed up. Ooh. Try this one. Big ass one with my big ass face on it. Since we're not going to be using too much of a map. So, you guys, if you recall last session, you arrived You arrived just kind of over the hill after being in the kind of mountainous areas nearby in the Somber Hills. Do you recall any of the events that transpired upon your few days of journeying?
We saw a fire giant directing. Was it ogres or something else? Like directing like a mining operation on the way.
There were some ogres there. There were hobgoblins, some goblins, some bugbears, ogres, but one fire giant.
Yeah, so we saw like one fire giant kind of like overseeing the mining operations. We decided to kind of sneak away before they noticed us. We also met a couple of two sisters who were on their way to Womford. Their dad is apparently owns or does some trading in that area. And it sounds like we might be able to get there before they head back to where they came from. Forgot where that was.
Your tar.
Yes, Yartar. And they recommended a few places. Broken Hoof, and Mama Mercy's Bakery. And after that, when we were camping, just before we arrived at Beliard, we were attacked by these big white tigers, I guess. And
big crag
cats. Crag cats, yes. Those are the ones, yeah, crag cats. And we were able to kill most of them, but one managed to escape. Wait. Yeah, one managed to escape, right? But we decided not to follow them.
No, it didn't escape. We killed it.
No, we killed it. We killed it as it was trying to escape.
Oh, right. Yes, okay. Yeah, so yeah, we killed them instead of trying to find out where their hideout was. And then when we got to Beliard in the morning, we noticed there was a lot of cattle. Like a lot of cattle, but we haven't seen any chickens yet.
No, that is correct. You have not seen any chickens, therefore you're not sure on the monopoly status of goblin chicken running.
Yep.
Still a possibility.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, as you crest the hill, looking upon the town of Beliard, you do notice, first of all, the ranches of cattle that kind of span a lot of the east to where to the town itself. Other than that, there are a good number of buildings, many dozens, perhaps near 100, but not quite that much. It's a decent enough sized town, not huge, but it looks like it does have a lot of that kind of more agricultural side connected to it. You do see that walking along the streets are people and cattle, people leading cattle. There are also horses. You do see kind of to the west an area of which horses are making rounds in what seems to be a kind of dirt, large round kind of field area. At the moment, you're probably half a mile away, able to see this. You see that the road gets a bit better as you get closer to the town, more maintained.
Okay. What else is there?
Well, that's what there is so far. You haven't actually reached the town.
Okay.
Do we see more people as we get closer?
You do. You see plenty of people at the moment. A lot of ones are out in the street. It's a bit of a cloudy day at the moment, but it's not It's not cold. It's not extremely hot or anything like that. There are quite a few people out in relatively light-looking clothing, moving around, whether it's trading or just walking back and forward. They're in small groups, but there is quite a lot of animals.
What kind of cattle do they have?
It looks like large, kind of brown cows with horns. They seem to be like bulls.
So mostly cows and bulls.
I mean, that's what cattle are. Yes.
I mean, sheep counts as cattle, right?
No, sheep are sheep.
No.
Cow are
Oh,
cows
okay.
and bulls.
Oh, okay. All right. Fair, fair.
Bovines.
So they're all just cattle. They don't have any sheep that we can see. How much of the town? So we're just outside the town, right?
Yep.
Is there like some kind of a wall or something surrounding the town? Gates?
Nope.
Um,
It kind of just you got some buildings spread out, and as you get closer in, they become more dense. Like they've been constructed closer together, and then they maybe some spread out, and it gets, they keep building outwards a little bit. But
do we see any guards? Any kind of security?
as you're approaching, you do notice a couple of what look like perhaps militiamen with like large clubs, crossbows. They seem to have like metal caps as helmets. There is a main road that kind of goes through here. You see it creeping up into the distance, continuing to the north, and you see another one going west up here.
Okay. Can we kind of like just from looking, because we're coming from higher ground, right? Are we coming from higher ground, or
Yeah, I mean, I think you're descending down towards the town at this point.
can we tell as we were going down into the town, kind of roughly how long it would take for us to say go from one end of the town to the other?
Yeah, it would probably take maybe 10 minutes.
Oh, it's not very big. Okay.
Yeah, maybe not even 10 minutes, maybe. It depends. Like if you're going all the way out into the fields, it could take longer. But the town itself, not even 10 minutes.
Okay. I guess Lawrence would see if he can if he can find, you said there was some people doing some kind of trade or something. He's gonna go over and talk to one of them, and he's gonna ask if there was kind of like a main kind of marketplace or something where people actually negotiate for trading, or if it's just you going directly to kind of the source, if you know where to find them.
Yeah. So as you approach down into the town, you'll see some houses that are kind of like sitting on the sides. There's like ordinary residential kind of like housing or whatever. But as you get more where the buildings become closer together, more dense, you see shops where people have crates outside and maybe like a bench. There's like a small awning that will hang out, held up by a couple of poles. That allows a little bit of shade into an open doorway. You see a couple of these in the street, but not a huge amount. You pass one by as a butcher. You see one that is like some sort of barber shop. But these are the kind of like different areas that you could potentially go into and talk to people. Those that are kind of in the street here are moving between these areas and just maybe having chats with each other. There's like one guy with two bulls on a rope. He's just like pulling them down the street. People get out of the way. There's someone who like catches up to him and starts chatting and then runs off, seemingly with a handful of papers. There's kids playing in an alleyway, just in what looks to be like a puddle of mud. There's plenty of people you could potentially just talk to, and if you talk to anyone about where kind of big trading thing is, they direct you to more the central kind of area of the town where they say that there's livestock auctions that go on.
I guess Lawrence is gonna go over to Niserie and ask her. So you've been reading about all these trading things, and you seem to know what you're doing when it comes to negotiating with people. Do you know where we should start here?
Not in this area. All the giants' books were out into the sea. If we're gonna do market research, we're gonna have to be very thorough about this area.
Okay.
You can
I
pretty
see, I
much
see.
guarantee that anything that Niserie has read for anywhere at all ever, from the giant stuff, is that you'll not know anything there.
Okay, I guess
That was all Wet West. So just to clear up asking her ever again, that was nothing to do with this area.
I mean it's not necessarily area specific, right? But I guess if everything in the books was area specific, okay.
It was area specific.
All right. Lawrence is gonna go over and talk to the butcher.
Yeah, so as you go in, you see that the butcher has these large hanging kind of legs of meat, large, like cow legs, pretty much. They're huge. You'll see a lot of different steaks, a lot of sausages.
Do I see anything that looks like it's not beef
You do
or from
not.
cattle?
You do not, as far as you're aware, but you can give me a nature check.
Nature check. Okay.
Or if you don't have cooking utensils, right? So
I guess while Lawrence is doing that, could Niserie go towards like the town center just to sort of observe where the crowd is going, what places are popular, and isolate areas that might not be doing so well.
yeah, sure, certainly. While you're doing that, Niserie, if you give me a investigation check on it, it's gonna take a little time to do a bit of scouting. And then Vera, what are you doing?
How is the town like broken up? Like, or rather, would you say this is a medium size? Like, is it a village? Is it a
It's bigger than a
town?
village, maybe definitely smaller than a town, but it's a large village, if anything.
Okay. And I'm guessing all the farms are like on the outskirts and stuff.
Yes.
Um,
There will be separate
Okay,
farms out there, but it seems to be very heavy on ranches.
okay.
A lot of
I
cattle out
just
there.
want to take a wander and like get an idea of how many ranches and cattle are in the area.
I mean, you could spend the guts of the day doing that. Like, it really spreads all the way across the countryside.
Oh,
For
okay,
that, like,
okay.
ranches are not just like right beside town. They spread out across a
Yeah, it goes
large
well
area of
beyond.
land. Yeah, like you'll see
Okay,
buildings.
okay.
You'll see some areas that are fenced off. Quite often, what you'll notice is that the animals have large, like, blue colored dots or red colored dots on them, which is to you strange.
Can I discern any pattern on them? Like, like cows that look like they're of a certain breed have these colors, or
Give me an investigation check as well. Trying to determine, based on the information that you see.
nice.
You guys both got nat ones, but it's a significantly different number looking thing.
Oh, I got a 14 on my nature check, by the way.
Yeah, sorry. So, okay, tell you what, let me just. Okay, we'll work backwards. We'll start with Vera, and then we'll work backwards here. So, Vera, you see no real features onto why these are different colors. You see one has a red dot on it, one that has like a green X. You see some, and they're spread out across a large area of land. Like, they're not just intertwining, but at certain points, some of them seem to be together. They're mostly brown cows, but you do see, and they seem to be bulls. You see some black ones as well, and on occasion, some sort of like gray and whitish looking mess. But you don't really see any specific reason why they have these markings between them. Like, it doesn't seem to match the type of bull. Of course, if that was the case, if all the brown ones had a big kind of like X on them or whatever, then why don't you just see them as brown? Maybe is someone colorblind? I don't know. But it doesn't seem to be based on the animals themselves.
Okay.
So you take a walk around, and we'll say this happens over a period of an hour or so, and you realize just how expansive this goes. So this is a kind of hilly region as well, so you might go over a hill and go, oh man, it keeps going. It's all wet. There's like practically no trees, but there's a lot of grass. And the grass kind of changes colors and heights based on where the cattle are. You do notice there are ditches, like large ditches between various areas, and they run in like straight lines. And there's some water coming down in between, but it seems to almost like form borders. They're not extremely deep, but it would, you know, Walt would take pause to try to walk down into it and walk back out again. Wouldn't get injured or anything, but would take a bit of like, Walt was being lazy, wouldn't want to go in there. Cows, however, are much lazier.
Okay.
Niserie, you spend a bit of time walking around the town, trying to really figure out just how things are going here. And you come into kind of more center area to see, and you see there's these large fenced off enclosures. It seems the buildings are like all pushed, not pushed out, but there's like a large kind of center point, a large like gathering circle, maybe a couple 100 meters in diameter. It's like a large circle. Pretty much it's about the size of a football field, like an American football field, in terms of size, in the middle of the town, but circular. Anyway, you see in there fenced off enclosures at one end, enough to hold, and there are currently some in there, a couple of dozen bulls. You see about 5 or 6, and people are starting to like maneuver other ones into those pens, and they kind of like just tie them to the fence, but they are inside these gated enclosures. Enough that people are still able to like feed them and like rub them down or clean them up. Enough space that someone can actually get in with them. You could technically really pack 2 in at once, but there's only ever 1 in at a time. There's also like different stands and like a large podium.
Is there like a job board anywhere nearby? Anywhere where someone might be like posting their services, or people that are hiring, that sort of thing.
Okay. So while you're investigating around here for the kind of general look of the town, you get a bit of a walk around. You do notice there is an inn that has a board outside of it. It's currently just filled with different flyers, and you give it a quick look. You see that it's people trying to sell off their individual little small items or whatever. Like, we've got a table for sale. If you can pick it up, you can take it for like 5 gold. Various other little things like I've lost my kitty, please. You got like an address there for if you know anything about where the person's kitty is. But nothing that really speaks of, oh, I have a job for you. Nothing that's good employment, it seems. It does have a list of events that are on, and it seems that there's horse trading that goes on, and as well as this cattle one. And today seems to be the day, one of the days in which the cattle trading is happening. You don't get a good feel of how well anywhere in particular the town is doing. It looks like people are walking around happy enough. Some people look stressed, as people do. Children run by you as well. They seem to be playing around. Give me a perception check, just in general, as you're doing this as well.
5.
Yep. So you kind of just like notice these children running around, and one of them has like a nice little red scarf on. She's probably like 10, and she's chasing after a couple of boys. Basically just yelling, "Wait up, wait up!"
Can I go into the inn? Is it open?
Yep, inn looks open. It's Yep. So you go into the inn. Going back to the butchers quickly. Bill, you notice that all this does in fact to be beef.
Well, hello there. Is he busy, the butcher?
There seems to be one other person currently getting stuff. They seem to be getting a number of sausages all tied together.
How much money do I have right now? I guess it depends on how much I have. I guess.
How much money do I have?
Let me
That depends on how much I have, I guess.
I mean, like how much I have in my D&D Beyond. I have 37 gold.
That you will know that's a lot of money. That will not be like food buying money. That is like, remember, it's a day's wage for a gold for a blacksmith.
Yeah. So I can probably like give him a gold and get some change back if I buy some meat.
You can buy a lot. You can buy a lot of meat for a gold.
Yeah. So I guess I'll ask him like when he's not like busy with the other customer. I'll ask him about some of the things that he has. Probably get some sausages or something.
Yeah. So the person running the butcher seems to be a gnome, a male gnome. And he's like standing on a stool. The counter's quite low in here because of the whole thing. He's got quite a few little ladders and stools all around the place. But sorry, what was it you asked?
Oh, I was gonna ask him. Hey, how much is a pound of sausages here?
Pound?
Yeah, it's a pound of sausages.
Which type are you looking?
What types do you have? I'm
got-
not from around here, so.
We've got some peppercorn. We've got these spicy ones here, and this one is filled with apple. And then we got plain as well.
Do you have catnip flavored sausages by any chance?
Is that some sort of herb?
Yeah, it is.
No.
I guess you don't, since you don't know about it. I'll have a pound of each. Oh, wait, actually, how much are they? Do they all cost the same, or
They're different for each one.
how much are they?
For each one?
Yeah, for a pound of each. How much is a pound of each?
It's 14 copper for this one, 12 for this one, 13 for this one. That one's 16. These are just points at each one individually. If you ask me to tell you which ones are which, I'll punch you.
Well, I need to know because they're different prices.
They're like a silver.
A silver? Okay.
They're roughly a silver
he,
each.
Will he give me like a bulk discount if I get 5 pounds, and I'll give you 5 silver?
Yeah, it'd be 6 silver for that. That would be
6 silver for 5 pounds.
I mean, he was saying like between 12, 13, 14, 15, or 15 copper, which is 1.5 silver for 15 copper. So
okay, sure, yeah.
If you're getting a bulk discount, you'll get maybe a silver off if you go 5 silver for 5 pounds of sausage.
All right, I'll get 1 pound of each just to try them out. Why not?
Okay, he starts like packaging it up in paper, folds it up and stuff, and hands you these like paper bags of sausages, all like folded. Okay. He puts them into one big paper bag.
So it's one gold is 10 silver, right?
Yeah, he'll give you change. He'll give you, if you give him a gold, he'll give you 5 silver change.
Okay. All right. So so I get the meat in the bag. I'm like, oh, thank you, good sir. Just wondering, are you the only butcher in town?
Nope, I'm not. There's plenty of meat to go around.
Yeah, I just want to see what other types of meat you have around here. Perhaps you would be able to tell me. Does the town have any other kinds of meat other than beef?
There's a fishmonger. There's another butcher. They do a bit of beef, bit of fowl, and on occasion rabbit.
Oh, I
Uh,
see. Would you mind telling me where that butcher is?
And then there's one that does horse meat. But depends if you're into that.
Would you mind telling me where the butcher is that sells the fowl and
Yeah. Gives you a rough
rabbit
direction,
hair?
kind of the north side of town.
Oh, thanks for that. Oh, by the way, have you heard any news about giants acting strangely recently?
Giants.
I'm
Like,
sure someone of
what
your profession would hear a lot of news about what's going on outside of town.
I'm not sure what you mean by giants. Like, the kind that you steal magic beans for and climb a beanstalk giants? Or...
Just giants in general. We actually heard that there might have been some kind of fire giant. Not too far from here, doing some sort of digging in the area.
Giant
Um,
made of fire?
something like that. Yeah, fire giants.
I don't believe I've heard any stories of something that's a giant fire.
What about any other giants? Any other kinds of giants? Any news about strange happenings
I
involving giants?
I haven't heard of any giants being around here for I don't know, ever.
Oh, okay. Do you know if there's a town crier around here who might be more knowledgeable about recent events?
I a couple lads. You'll see them around town. They'll be crying, I guess.
Did we see any on the way here? I guess not.
You did see one kid running with papers and stuff, and then running away, like delivering things.
Oh,
But haven't heard anyone crying news.
okay. Well, thank you very much for that. I will, I'll be back probably before we leave town. Hopefully with the sausages are good, and if my companions like them, might come back for more.
Yeah, make sure you keep them cool or cook them.
Yes, we will cook them all probably tonight, and you know save them for the next couple of days.
All right. Well, hope you enjoy them.
Yes, I hope so too. Thank you. By the way, would you recommend is there and you would recommend for some not so wealthy travelers?
Uh, recommend the Broken Earth. It's
Broken Hoof, right? I've heard of that. Thank you.
yeah, there's two inns in town. There's the Broken Hoof, and then there's another one that's a bit more fancy off by the horse trading, but it's normally for just clients of the horse for the horse trading.
Oh, yes. Okay. Oh, by the way, I forgot to ask. Would you consider selling fowl meat as well? Is there a reason you don't do that?
I just get good discounts for the beef. It just works better for me for cost purposes.
Like, if you get a good price for chicken, for example, would you be interested in buying some from us?
I I'd be interested. Yeah, that would put me a bit more ahead of the game. I only do beef, so that's all I can do.
Okay, well,
Chicken.
what do you think would be a fair price for you for chicken?
You mean per chicken?
Per chicken or per pound? Whatever works for you. I think per pound probably works better.
Per pound of chicken.
Per pound of chicken, yes.
We're talking obviously here the weight of the chicken while it's still alive.
Yes, exactly.
You know nothing about costs on chicken weight stuff, right? I
No,
don't
no,
see
I
any
don't.
reason why you would know.
No, but I would want to get information on what he thinks is a fair price so that I can go back to the goblins in town and tell them what I can get for the chicken to establish like a trade route.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
he gives you a price. He'll write it down for you if you want.
Okay. Okay, so I'll just include in the notes that I got a price for chicken from the butcher.
Please do.
Um,
I don't want to start getting into like exact prices for per pound of live chicken.
yes. Okay. Well, yeah. I just want to note that I have the information.
You've got the information from him. Yep.
Okay. Well, thank you. It was a pleasure meeting you. I will get back to my sources and see if we can agree on if they can agree on the price. Otherwise, I'll we'll see if we can negotiate that.
Yep,
But thank
yep.
you. And
If you do
Lawrence-
eggs as well, since there's chickens.
Eggs as well? Oh.
Eggs as well would. I mean, I'd sell them at an increased price than what you would have straight from the farm, but it would give me a bit of additional selection, you know.
Yeah. You can diversify from being a butcher to almost a convenience shop.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves here. Work with meat.
Well, I mean, eggs are yes, of course, yes. I didn't. Yeah, thank you. I will check out the fowl butcher. Sorry, the butcher that sells fowl.
You can
yes,
you can call him that way.
yes, the fowl butcher. I'll go see the fowl butcher and then see what else they might have. Thank you. And just Lawrence just leaves and makes his way to the fowl butcher.
Okay. Niserie, you enter into the inn, the Broken Hoof. You notice that it's not really busy right now. You know, it's afternoon right now. There is a small family in here who seem to be eating. Looks possibly a father, mother, and two young boys, maybe around 12 or so years old. They're all human. They seem to be eating bowls of stuff. The father seems to have a pint of ale. The mother has something that's more orangey colored than the kind of more golden looking ale.
Is it an open kitchen? Do I notice like the
So-
cooks making something of similar nature?
You don't notice any. There's no kitchen there. There's the bar. You see some kegs behind with taps in them. Taps in a couple of them, and you do notice there's doors around the side. Someone at one point, as you're like entering, pokes their head out and seems to ask a question from the man at the bar, a half elf, who shakes his head, and the person like just dips back in again. There's a woman who like popped her head out.
Okay, so help me understand. I'm trying to visualize that last part.
So you got a
She poked her
bar.
head out of bar,
A woman
right?
poked her head out from a door from the back. Said something to the guy at the bar. He shook his head and she went back in. She came out of her room for a moment.
Got it. And is anyone tending the bar?
Yes, so the man is tending the bar. The half-elf man.
Oh, okay. So he wasn't a customer. He was actually got it.
Yes, he's the bar. So someone asked him, the barman, a question, and he basically said no. And then she went back in.
Got it. Okay, Niserie will probably take the seat at the bar.
Okay. As you do, he comes over to you. He says, "Can I get you a drink?"
Well, you'll have to tell me what's popular.
Well, we have an apple cider. We have a more crisp ales than you'll get in many other places. We have another ale that has a bit of apple in it, but it is not the apple cider, I assure you.
Is the town popular with apples? I see a lot of apple products.
We could make a franchise out of it, I suppose. Have a whole shop set up for apples, but There's one small orchard. We locally brew. Mostly, that's what they have it for. They're too bitter for just eating as fruit on their own, but they work very well for cider.
All right, I'll take a crisp cider then.
Okay, so he takes a big mug and one of the kegs is tapped and the pours in this orange bubbly drink and slides it to you and says, "That'd be 4 copper."
She hands him the 4 copper. And also in doing so, she speaks out in casual conversation, almost like acting not like fully interested, but just sort of like partially interested, being like, "Oh, so what would you recommend to a tourist here? What places to explore?"
Oh, I hear Jurassic Park. GD must be here.
Yep.
Well, oh, thanks for the redeem, GD. Well, when you talk about exploration, what exactly are you looking for?
Just things the town is known for, maybe like popular areas, maybe places that only locals are aware of.
Well, there's a horse show on once a week. They do a little bit of a kind of show around the track, some jumping and some other horse sports. It's generally for publicity for buying and selling of the creatures. Other than that, I suppose there's the cattle market. Happens twice a week. Not much of a tourist destination. More of a business trading town for horses and cattle.
Not bad. So you mentioned. So is the cattle market going on right now, or is it the horse show? Which one is it?
The cattle auctions are today. Every 3rd and 8th day of the week, and the horse show is on the 10th day of the week. So it'll be in a couple of days.
I see. And the horse show, is it more of a...
It's like a family event. At the end of the weekend, I'll bring out a stand. We close the bar down for the day and bring out our kegs and bring out some food. There's a few little stands for other shops that will do their things out there, and it becomes a small town event.
I guess if, as an adventurer, are there any good places to buy new wares or repair them?
Yes, there's a blacksmith and a little general store in town. If you need to repair any tools or things, they can generally do that.
Whereabouts?
It gives you directions kind of more to the west side of town, but not very far west. It seems that the horse show is out west.
I get the feeling that the DM wants us to go to the horse show.
Nope. You definitely don't have to go to the horse show. I'm just trying to move the things around because I don't have a map for this. Reroll.
Beliard Stampede.
Oh, you got to reroll any time there. The Beliard Stampede. Yep, GD gives everyone a reroll. Thank you, GD.
All right,
Thank
thanks,
you.
Judy.
Thank you.
Vera, during this time, where are you?
I guess I've given up on my cattle watching, and I have wandered back into town, and I am guess I want to look around at like I guess the layout of the town. If it's a large village,
Yeah,
I'm guessing the shops are sort of kept separate from like residential areas and stuff.
if you imagine it as a capital T, and everything is built like the road is a capital T, kind of
Mm-hmm.
like what you see there on the map, and all the buildings are along the side of that road. There's some little alleyways that are like a building or two more deep, but other than that, pretty much everything is along the road, with the exception of
Okay.
the ranches further out, and the whole horse kind of area seems to be a few hundred meters away from the rest of the town, and then it has its own big fields for the horses, and stables and everything
Oh,
all the way out there.
can I see the horses?
You
Like,
can
are they
definitely see
out?
that there's a lot of horses
Oh,
out at the minute, practicing, or they're getting exercise and stuff. Horses need to be exercised a lot.
okay. Well, I'm the only person who hasn't heard about this horse show in town. So, I take a wander over to the horses with Walt, of course. And we were both sort of like peering over the fence watching them. And I whisper to Walt and I say, "You can do all those same tricks, can't you?" And Walt, of course, nods because he's so talented.
Yep. A little bit shorter than the horses, but he's pretty sure that he can jump over those the horse jumping things. As
Can
some of
I
them are
see if
pretty
there's
high.
like a sign-up sheet or something to compete in
Uh,
this horse
sure.
event?
Give me a perception check as you like walk around here. I assume you're actually going there. You'll see that
Yeah.
there's quite a few more fancier looking people in like almost like, oh nice, you guys are rolling terribly tonight. Um, they're like wearing tunics and stuff. They look more dressed up. They're wearing like hats, some with feathers in them. It seems to be a style that's going around with these ones. Kind of really almost like baggy looking trousers with they get really like tight around the ankles.
Do they look like they're I don't know, like travelers or like
These are the people
or
who are
tourists
leading the
or
horses and
okay,
riding the
okay.
horses, and the horses sometimes will be ridden by people, but as often as them being ridden, there are also ones that are like moving around with what do you call it? It's like the long kind of like stick thing, and there's like waving it and get them to go into particular directions. They're not whipping them or anything. It's just a directional kind of tool, and they seem to be taking good care of them. You can see stables. It's kind of open to one end, and there's a number of them in different we call like alcoves, and there's some people in there brushing them down as well. There's also quite a few people sweeping the streets for anything that drops out of the horses. But you don't
Okay.
notice any sign up sheets or anything like that. There's a large building that's definitely not a barn nearby.
So I head towards the building and I sort of park Walt at the door and I tell him I'll be right back, okay? Just wait for me right here. And I head into the building and I take a look for, anyone who looks like they might be participating in this event or maybe organizing or something.
Yeah. I mean, so
Um,
you don't know of any particular event. This stuff's just all ongoing. The event doesn't happen for a couple of days anyway. But
oh,
the
okay.
the building you go into is like the main building beside the stables, and it seems to have a name on it called saying it's called Cantor Leta.
Okay, I thought
I
the event was today.
No, the cattle trading yesterday.
Oh, right, two
The
separate
horse
events.
the
Well,
horse event thingy is every 10th day. This is the day.
there goes my brilliant plan of entering a horse racing show. Um,
Today.
yeah, today. Um,
Yeah, so
Walt's great. He's out there
the,
practicing all the time.
yeah, I mean the person in here seems to be um middle aged human female. She's got this like long dark hair that's tied into a braid, going down her back. Got tan skin, and she's got this floral-looking robe. She seems to be behind a counter at the moment with a number of ledgers in front of her. There's other people who are walking around here and walking into the back and coming and asking her to look at something before they leave again as you enter.
I sort of walk up to her and I say, "Excuse me, ma'am, are you the one in charge of this ranch?" And I ask that like a question. I'm not sure what this place really is. This Cantor Leda.
She looks down at you with this kind of like questioning like eyebrow raised, and she says, "Why, yes, I am. And who may you be?"
I'm Vera of the Hive Forest, and I was just wondering, is this your farm?
It's my stable.
Your stable, and you have so many horses.
Why, yes, I do.
What do you do with so many horses?
Well, we train them, breed them, look after them very well, and sell them.
Sell them?
Yes. Well,
How much is...
we
Oh,
often
sorry.
trade as well, bring in other stock, and breed them for different varieties, of course.
Do you have work horses or mostly travel horses?
We have all kinds of horses. We have a number of draft horses at the moment on stock. Are you looking for draft horses?
Vera sort of looks down and thinks for a bit, because she doesn't really know what a draft horse is. She doesn't see many horses. And she says, "Yes, I think so. How much is a draft horse?"
Well, each of them will be a slightly different price, but they're in around the 50 gold range. That is without any of the associated gear that comes with, required to come with them, unless you already have such things, of course.
Vera opens up her little pouch, her little wallet, and she looks at her little gold coins in there, and she says, "Maybe I'll be back with my friends later. Thank you for all the help."
Of course. Oh, and I am Yisrid Leta, by the way.
Yistrid?
I will totally paste that in the chat for you.
Ah, Yistrid.
Yisrid.
Yistrid. Okay. I make
who's
mental note.
Cantor later.
Hmm?
Cantor later?
I think canter is what horses do. Like horses canter.
Mm-hmm.
I make mental note of this place because I'm sure Niserie would love to know about trade opportunities.
I had a really good reason for naming it that, and I don't remember what it was. I think there was a play on words for "see you later," and I don't know why now, but there you go.
Okay, I head back out.
Okay.
Pick up Walt and I say, "Oh, it doesn't look like they're having some sort of fun competition here. I don't think we can play with these horses."
As you're walking by, Walt specifically looks up at these huge horses, which seem to be wearing armor plating. These things look as big as a draft horse, but as lithe as a riding horse. You see a lot of the ones that are currently doing the rounds and the training, I think in the kind of like a ring area, seem to be riding horses. But there's a few ponies. There's a few ponies here as well, by the way. But these are clearly something different, something bigger but strong.
Wow, ponies.
Not the ponies, the horses in front of you. But yes, there's also ponies.
Oh, okay. I like ponies. Do the ponies have armor by any chance?
Nothing else has armor apart from these two horses in front of you. Large,
Oh, okay.
black hair. They've got kind of like eye guards on to keep them focused, kind of thing. Well put together saddles. And the armor's kind of down the neck, kind of over the main body.
Okay, how tall are they?
Seem to be about a hand taller than any of the riding horses.
Okay.
Like 15, 16 hands
And
tall.
and how much taller are the riding horses than Walt?
The riding horses are probably about 2 waltz tall. I'm gonna mess around with all my units and not use Imperial. This time.
It's so small.
Horses are measured in hands. It's really annoying. So
What? Horses are measured in hands?
yeah, it's like
Yeah.
a 15 hand tall horse.
Wow.
Yeah, if you look it up, it's a weird scale.
Horses don't even have hands.
I know, right? They don't have feet either,
Okay,
though. I
well,
guess so.
I make another mental note to when I bring my friends back here to ask the lady about the armor on the horses.
Yeah, I mean,
And maybe if they can make some tiny pony-sized armor, that might
pony-sized
look
armor.
cute on Walt.
So you also notice that the horses have either saddles or reins or like bridles and other things that they may need. So the cost of just the horse itself is probably not enough if you want to have a horse that you can actually use. Even a draft horse, you would need to have something to pull things with. So it'd be a little bit extra, but it's definitely not going to cost the same as a horse. The armor, however, is a different thing altogether.
Yeah, okay. I head back to where I last saw my friends and I try to see if I can find them.
Yep. So at this point in time, actually, Lawrence, I think you'll be out a little bit longer. Lawrence, where are you at the minute? You were walking back into town with sausages while Niserie is sitting in the bar, sipping on some
Cider. That's
cider.
great.
Yeah, it's actually pretty good. It's pretty good.
Yeah, Lawrence is trying to find the fowl butcher to see if the fowl includes like chicken and things like that.
Yep. So
well, specifically chicken.
give me an investigation check just to see how long it kind of takes you to find this one and in between other areas.
Investigation 14.
Oh, like Lawrence is rolling well today.
Yeah, Lawrence is going really well. Yeah, it doesn't take you very long at all to find this foul butcher. As you enter in, you see a male tiefling. Slight shade of red. 2 small horns, like with the size and the head, they kind of just like pointing outwards, straight out. He seems to be bald otherwise. But you do notice that hanging up there are a number of ducks, as well as similar beef sausages, and steaks and kind of legs and stuff of things. And then you do see a few rabbits as well hanging up.
Okay, so they don't have any pigs or boars or chicken either.
You don't see any of those, no.
Are boars are pigs a thing in
Pigs are a thing, yeah.
this world?
Yeah, pigs
They
are
are
a
a thing? Okay, so this town does not seem to have pigs or chickens. Okay. Gotcha. Do they have different flavors of beef sausages from the one from the other butcher?
The sausages seem to be just pretty plain. Like if you look at the signs on them, they've got just plain and one that seems to have says something about wood smoke in it, but it doesn't look like it's cooked.
Oh, okay. Sounds dodgy. Okay. Is it busy? Is the butcher busy or?
In here, it's not busy right now. You're the only person in here with the tiefling.
Okay. I guess Lawrence is gonna approach the butcher and say, "Hello there, good sir. I'm looking for something a little bit more a little more difficult to find than the average game and meat.
He looks at you and says, "Difficult to find? What do you mean?"
Yeah, things that you might not be able to obtain over the counter, if you know what I'm saying.
Give me a persuasion check.
Well,
You do have rerolls as well, remember, but if you do reroll, then you take the reroll.
I'll stay with 12. It's above 10, so
I'll just roll out the open. We don't have anything like that under the counter.
okay.
20.
Well, if you do know something,
We don't.
things that I can pay good money for it.
Yes, I'm sure you can.
1 gold for any information you can provide.
I can provide sausage. Or duck.
Very well. Very well. Okay, well, thank you for your time. I'll be on my way.
Just nods and watches you leave.
Okay, I leave.
Either you're not shady enough or trustworthy enough.
I guess
He
not.
definitely didn't know that they seemed to trust you.
Well, actually, sorry. Lawrence will go back and say, by the way, I noticed you're lacking chicken and pork in your selection. Would you be interested in getting some chicken, maybe some eggs as well, and pork in the future if you're planning to if you think it would be a good addition to your current selection?
Give me a persuasion check this time again.
Persuasion. 11.
He just looks at you and says, "No, not very interested."
Very well, your loss. And I just leave with my sausages from the other butcher.
Okay.
What a foul butcher.
All right, Niserie, you're sitting in the bar at the moment as Lawrence makes his way back from that butcher, having trekked across town and made a bit of a looking around. Lawrence, you'll meet up, I guess, with Vera soon, but Niserie, what are you doing in the bar?
I think she would compliment the cider. She would be like, "Oh, like, which origin from? This actually tastes delicious compared to the types that I've ran into."
Oh, why, thank you. This is it is brewed here, in the inn itself, but we take pride in doing what we can with what we have.
Have you ever tried making cider with any other fruits?
We don't really have much of a selection of other fruits around here. There are some berry trees and berry patches out, but no one grows anything like that around here.
I mean, you seem like quite the entrepreneur to be trying it with apples.
Well, it's
Would you consider
it was
with
my
other-
wife's idea, really. I just sell it.
Oh, you're so modest.
She
Must
no. She runs the whole operation. It's all
Oh,
her
you
work.
will say.
Yes, she's the brains and the strength behind it all.
You must be very proud to have such a wife.
Oh yes. I no, none of this would be possible without her. I simply stand here and sell what she makes.
I never call your name by chance.
Oh, Thomas Malvont. My wife's Helen.
No.
You see a little small child, a little girl. Around somewhere 10 to 14 years old, somewhere around there. Hard to kind of tell. She's in a little blue dress. She's got slightly pointed ears. And she runs up to Thomas behind, like, she dips underneath the kind of there's the folding thing, I guess, on the bar that you can like get out, and she like just dips underneath that and runs up and hugs him around the legs, yelling, "Daddy!" And she holds him up, this small little doll, and you see that the head has kind of like slightly torn off it, just hanging on by a thread. It's like, I broke her.
That your daughter? She looks precious.
Yes, this is Bella, and he like rubs her top of her head with his hand, like, "Oh, let me see that." And he kind of like lifts her up and like holds her up. "Oh, it's okay. We'll get this stitched up for you. Go and get my sewing kit, and we'll fix it for you." "She's dead, Daddy." No, she's not dead. Don't you worry. We'll fix her. We'll fix her all the way up, and we'll get her some nice apple pie. "But Daddy, I don't like apple pie." Go get the
What
sewing
kind
kit.
of pie do you like then?
I don't.
Bella?
I don't like pie.
No? What's your favorite dessert then?
History cakes.
Pastry cake.
Yes, she loves her history cakes. Go get the sewing kit, Bella. She jumps down and leaves the doll sitting on the counter beside your cider, and she seems to run off. Pastry cakes is simply just apple pie without the apple part of it. We don't sell it, just as a...
I take it she's too used to the family orchard then.
Children, you tell them it's healthy to eat apples, and then suddenly you don't like them.
I mean, different ways to go about it, I suppose. I mean, with
she'll grow out
influx
of it, sure.
sugar. Yeah, absolutely. She's probably a smart kid, just like her mom, and I'm sure. And then, like, do I notice the? I guess the state of his clothing. Like, does it look like it's always constant repair, or is it sort of like?
Give me a insight check.
Insight. 19. Thank God.
He looks like his clothes in good condition. You do see that it looks like the pocket slightly ripped at one point in his shirt, but it's stitched up. Everything else looks like it's good. He looks clean. He looks like, in here, everything looks clean and in good condition. There's like some small, on occasion, like bits of damage on the counter, but it looks like it's been cleaned up and polished over. The bar,
it's not like
the bar,
they're
though.
strapped for money or anything like that.
Doesn't seem to be that there's anything that would indicate that they're having any issues that way. It's quiet in here right now, but it is also lunch. Not
It's
late in the
quiet,
evening.
but it's lunch.
It's yeah.
Interesting. I mean, honestly,
there's only the one family right now.
Your ale, like, okay, is this the best kind of ale that I've ever had, or is it sort of like mediocre, but it's like good? Like, how would I?
I think you give this a good 7 out of 10, maybe.
But definitely much better than like the one that I had in David.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that has ale. This is cider, but it was definitely way better than that.
Am I knowledgeable about alcohol after working for the Five Lords?
Well, you tell me. How often do you go to the bar? Doesn't matter how knowledgeable you are. It's about your experience.
Well, I was thinking more so in terms of like, say, client meetings, or like, once you transport items to a certain location, people are more likely to go to a bar. Um,
People
and
are
then I
quite
guess
off.
from
Yeah.
like a academic standpoint, like, do I know what mixes well with certain alcohol?
That would depend. How often do you actually drink and stuff? Because it's not something you'll just research unless you're actively pursuing it. Because you're not the one who organizes it. Like realistically, if you're going to a bar, you're not the one who's going to like order everyone's food.
Oh no, for sure. I don't mean in terms of like economy wise, more of like natural curiosity. Like, I think it would be something that, because
Well,
back
you tell me.
in,
Do you drink first of all? Like, I mean, do you
yes,
drink often? Not necessarily, not binging or whatever, but like, would you, if there's a bar nearby, would you on occasion go to a bar?
yes,
How
she would.
much? How much does Niserie like to drink when she's drinking? Does she like to drink a
Uh,
lot? Does she like to eat when she drinks, or is it only a drinking thing? And is it, would she ever drink alone, just because, as opposed to just like right now as alone potentially for getting information?
she would drink alone if she's not drinking and eating. It'd probably be at least like 2 glasses, sort of thing.
Mhm.
And then obviously more if it's like a full-blown meal with company. But I think what I'm trying to like focus in on is more so like, I think with her tendency to drink, I do see a sort of natural curiosity towards like, how to improve
Mhm.
certain things that she encounters, especially if it's a culinary experience. She's
Okay.
secretly a foodie, but she's like hiding it, sort of thing.
Okay.
So I guess the question being like how knowledgeable she would in terms of like an academic standpoint of food pairings. Like, would that be something that is available?
Okay. Yeah. No,
Um,
you can, because of all that, you can give me a history check
okay.
because I feel like you got a bit of background in foodiness.
13.
So with that, you'll know, you know, you don't have, if you had like chef's tools or something like that, it would be a bit different as well. You'd be able to basically do that with a lot of different more stuff. In this case, you have noticed in the past that if people, cider's not extremely common. Ale is definitely a lot more common. It's just a lot easier to make. You can make it. You get apples and seasonal thing. So cider, you've noticed before that people will drink it with. This doesn't come down
And
my
do I
knowledge very well.
recall seeing any other like do I recall seeing any fruit growth in Near Haven?
No, not outside of any general kind of like berry bushes and stuff in the forest that you would have noticed Vera picking up on.
Mhm.
But you get a little idea of some things that pair decently enough with cider, but it's not a, maybe it's not drunk as often with meals either, but it is seasonal.
I guess she'll ask Thomas, be like, well, with apples being such a seasonal fruit, what do you do in the off seasons?
Oh, we have plenty of beer. Um, there's no problem with most people prefer the beer actually.
You don't say.
But during the summer and autumn, the cider does sell out.
Am I aware if chickens pair well with apple cider?
Any kind of fruit pairs decently with chicken,
Oh.
especially
And
berries.
then I guess she'll go into it, be like, oh, like I had a fair amount of alcohol in my day, and I always find that something as crisp as this always pairs well with something Something meaty, but not too heavy. Maybe like chicken. Do you serve chicken at the inn?
No, we don't. No butchers around here have any chicken. We sometimes serve duck.
Duck?
It's quite rich. It doesn't go very well with the cider.
I mean, that's a shame. It's what is the word I'm looking for? And she ponders for a moment before and also kind of like sweeping her gaze across the inn, like no one else comes in, it's still just the family.
At this point, the door will have opened, and two people will have come in and taken a seat at the other end of the bar. And he, while you're pondering, he basically waves for a moment and goes off and serves them and gets them a couple of beers. And you catch his gaze again and comes over.
I mean, just to deprive your clients of a good meal like that. A good pairing, would you say?
Well, I haven't thought about it so much because there's not really any of the availability around here. If it were available, it'd be something different, I suppose.
It should be like, I may know a friend.
It would have
Would
to be...
you rather it come straight from a butcher, or would you be able to handle that yourself?
Oh no, most certainly from a butcher. It would... We don't want to have to deal with the live animals around. It causes additional problems for cooking. The little girl runs back under, kind of knocking into the two people who have come over and got the beers. And she says, sorry, and runs over and like lands a sewing kit down on the table. Daddy, fix her! yes, dear. Sit up here. We'll fix her. And he takes the needle and thread out and begins to stitch her head back on.
And then I guess at this point, Niserie would turn her attention to Bella with a small smile on her face. Ask the child what her favorite fruit was.
Give me a persuasion check.
To persuade to eat fruit? That is sweet!
No,
This
this
child.
is purely a persuasion check to talk to the child. Yeah, so she looks at you, she kind of gives you this kind of suspicious, like, isn't she suspicious of you? Like, look, she kind of stares. I don't like fruit.
Oh, if you don't like fruit, what do you like then?
No.
Besides pastry cake, of course.
I like pastry cake. And...
You like dogs? To like fluffy dogs?
I
They're
don't
really
eat
cute, too.
dogs!
No,
That's
not to
mean!
eat, but to play with.
I like playing with dogs.
Yeah?
Yes.
You're about to pimp out Walt?
I mean, dogs are the most persuasive of beings, you know?
He does have a high charisma.
What if I tell you that I know a fine puppy that you could potentially ride on?
Can't ride on a puppy. Too
Mhm.
big. Daddy says so. I did not say that, dear. Daddy said so.
Yeah, Walt is a very handsome puppy. Maybe you'll meet him one day. But in the meantime, I hope you're listening to your father over there. He runs a fine establishment with your mom.
Yes. I know. Have to be good.
And I'm sure you're a very good girl, Bella.
She doesn't say anything.
No?
She just looks away.
Okay, apparently I can't manage children. Alright.
Oh no, she's not ignoring you. She just looks away when you say that.
That's
With
okay,
a
it's a kid.
semi-guilty
Oh, and then-
expression.
And with a what?
A semi-guilty expression.
Ah, I see. And then I guess turning back to Thomas, do you know where I'd be able to get a good paper?
A good paper?
Like a newspaper.
Oh, the town's much too small for a newspaper.
Where do you typically get your news then?
We have criers who come in or who walk around and shout out the news especially during the events.
Newspaper system. Got it.
Crap, we're going to create a media market as well here.
Yep. Now you're catching on.
Damn it, Mark, make sure they have everything the players ask if they have it. Yes, we have chickens everywhere, pouring out of the windows. They're covered in newspaper.
Oh, and sketchy meat.
Sketchy meat. At the moment, Vera, you come back into town, and Lawrence, you two both probably see each other coming into the main square area as you're maneuvering your ways back.
Oh, what time is it? Is it evening?
No, it's not evening yet. You've only been here for probably a couple of hours.
I guess if it's not evening yet.
Lunchtime.
So it'd be a late lunch, but you could have lunch. You'll be better.
Yeah, I guess we can have
rations.
lunch.
It's late lunchtime in.
I'll offer Vera and Walt some sausages. Walt, do you prefer your sausages raw or cooked?
Or you
only
could
cooked
find
meat for
it
him. Don't
Only
want him
cooked
to
food?
get a tapeworm.
Maybe we can set up like a quick bonfire somewhere and cook these sausages. I don't know where
Right in the middle of the
Niserie.
street.
Where's Niserie at anyways?
I'm not sure. I thought she was with you. And
Wait,
then I
did
turned
we-
to Walt and I asked him, "Can you sniff her out?" And Walt, nose to the ground, ready. He's on the hunt.
Okay, give me a survival check from Walt.
Walt, survival. Survival's wisdom, right?
He's got advantage on smell checks, right?
Technically no, because he's just a generic flavored
Got it.
beast.
Okay, yep. So just a wisdom check then for him.
Wisdom +3. It is a 12. A 12.
12. What you guys rolling 12s just all night here?
Yep.
Two more than 10. Is Bill's way of looking at it. Okay, so
Reroll.
oh, there's a reroll there. That's a reroll now if you want to reroll that.
Oh, a reroll now. I have.
You will have to
But to
take
do it
the
for-
new roll though. But that is a 9 on the dice or 7 on the dice. So odds
Yeah,
are in your
I mean, it
favor.
can't be worse than a 7. Okay.
Whoa!
Okay.
Whoa! GG!
Whoa!
Screwed her over there. I mean, there's the other rerolls
I mean,
that were
there's
spent.
also banked. I would
There's
say
banked.
you go for the banks
Yeah.
ones.
2 banked ones. You could reroll as often as you want, really.
Reroll.
Oh,
Oh, there's
no,
another
no,
one.
no.
There's another one.
Okay.
You
Oh,
have another
He also
reroll
could
now.
do
There
Thank you,
now.
GD.
you go.
Walt thanks you.
Yes!
Yes.
Okay, there's a
Yes!
16 when you add the 3 on. Good. Okay, good. Yeah. No, Walt initially gets a little bit confused, sniffing around, and then gets really confused as he notices a rat. Stares at it. Wonders whether to chase. Then decides to put the nose down again and sniff and finds the trail of Niserie. You follow Niserie a little bit north of where the cattle market is to be. And Walt stops by a door as a couple of people walk, a male and a female walk in, into an inn, the Broken Hoof.
Oh, so she's in there. I look to Lawrence and I say, I guess Niserie found some lunch without us.
Oh, let's go in and say hi in case she wants some of these sausages.
Yeah,
I don't think you could bring food into another establishment, man. Like that's not.
BYO?
What's that? BYO?
Is there a BYO
BYS?
sign? Is there like a sign saying no food or drink or?
There is not. There is a billboard
Okay.
outside here, but it does not have that sign on it. It has a bunch of other random little things like selling tables and stuff.
Lawrence goes in. Lawrence goes in. Yeah.
Lawrence,
With
you,
the
you,
food.
you walk in, you see a family who seem to have finished food and mostly empty beers. There's two people already at the bar, and this male and female also walk over and take a table. As you walk in, you see Niserie sitting at the bar, beside a half-elf man who is holding up this doll that is stitched. Holding it up, and there's a little girl jumping, trying to like reach for it. Like, Daddy, give it to me! Like, only if you eat your apples. Or applesauce. Daddy, no, I don't like applesauce.
Applesauce.
Oh, we
I see them?
seen Niserie, right?
Yeah, Niserie is sitting right there. I don't know how awkward you feel, Niserie, as the little girl's saying, I don't like applesauce. And father is.
She'd just shrug and like take a sip of her cider. She's like, you know, enjoying her drink. Probably gonna order a second at some point.
Yeah.
Maybe try the other option. You know, try a variety.
There's the apple beer and the beer.
Yeah.
Niserie, there you are. I have some sausages from the local butcher. Have you had anything to eat yet?
You have actual. The bag is like a proper like size bag like this of sausages stacked up in individual paper ones with a paper bag around it. And you know what? I don't even know how you get how you really do that with a paper, because paper is not easy to come by. I'm trying to figure out what it would have been they used back then. So
Show some of this paper.
String, no?
Probably cloth or something, right?
yes, but it wouldn't be just like getting linen and cloth out there. There's like a form of paper that you just don't like write on. It's not good quality, but you can get like a easily pressed kind of thing.
Say it's made of plastic, man.
Oh, there you go, plastic bags.
It's a Ziploc bag.
Oh god.
Crude oil for that. Crude oil for plastic.
Anyway, it is a paper. It's just not good quality writing paper. You know, it's the brown, really cheap kind of thin stuff. But anyway, he's got this big paper bag of sausages. I suppose he lifts out another little thing of them. Oh, thanks for the redeem, GD. We're gonna drink our water skin.
Oh no, I don't have any water.
Uh-oh.
I do have some donuts though. Maybe I can have a donut.
You do a dex check.
Donut redeem.
Oh. Could actually probably take a 5-minute break, maybe. And
Ooh.
washroom, get a drink. Maybe it's a good time.
Applesauce.
We pay good money for it. Drink Billy. Okay, let's maybe we'll just take a couple minutes break here. While Lawrence tries to hand out sausages in front of the barman, Thomas, and I'll get another glass of water here. I haven't actually opened my book yet today because we haven't done anything that requires the book being open. So
Nice.
yeah, this is
Just
all.
bring it.
You mean this isn't all canonical Storm King's Thunder stuff right here?
I mean, there are 2 paragraphs that this town has, and one of them starts with the first paragraph is Beliard is a market moot for local cattle drovers. It surrounds the intersection of the dusty Desserin Road and the Stone Trail. And then the next one is very similar, except that it says there's horse dealers.
What, stealers?
Dealers.
Dealers. Oh,
And
okay.
trainers who keep
Everything's made up.
Everything's made
That's
up.
kind
I mean,
of
that's how what D&D is anyway, right? What does it matter who writes it? Was it me or someone else? It's still a story. My Oreo fell inside my book, but it's
Ooh.
not. I have not eaten it.
You have an Oreo?
I had an Oreo, but it
Mint
was book pressed there
Oreos.
for a second. Mint Oreos, indeed. Right,
Yeah,
I'll be
I'll
right back.
grab some
Go get a
water.
glass of water.
Here, be. Here we go.
19 dishes in one coffee. Crab or Pekinot. Oh, I heard of this place. You didn't go? You went to Bangkok, no? No, what is this place I made? Oh, I can get the later on. But look at the amount of fish. I mean, in that 19, how many fish dishes are there? Oh, it's a fish star. No, it's both mixture. Meat. This is chicken, that or fish. Chicken. Check your money now. Exactly. And the fact that thumbs up on this TV. Where?
Oh, the music ran out. Oh, did the music run out?
What?
Did the music run out or not? No, this thing is still going. It's just very quiet.
Very expensive. Exactly.
I'm going for a walk on Sunday now. Excellent, excellent.
Is it a lonesome walk or is it a not so lonesome walk?
See, not so lonesome walk.
Nice, nice.
I'm
Is
never
it
alone when
near...
I'm with me.
Is it near your place or is it not near your place?
Down Queen's Park.
Oh.
Queen's Park. Oh, okay.
Should be nice.
Beware. There might be a lot of non-maskers there.
I'm fine
Is
with.
that where they protest?
Who?
Not sure.
I'm fine
But
with.
when we
those,
were...
Yeah, I'm fine with
like
not
3
wearing it
people
outside
who
now.
protest outside of Parliament every Sunday.
I mean, I'm gonna walk around areas with hopefully not many people walking around, so I don't mind too much not wearing masks.
Oh man, went to the park on like is it Saturday last week? And there are a lot of people not wearing masks.
Like standing next to each other or like far away from people and not wearing masks?
Not 2 meters away.
I mean, it
Hmm.
depends if you're in a group with
If
the
they-
people already, right? Like if you're with a family, then it's not gonna
No,
matter.
no.
Yeah.
They don't seem to be together
Hmm.
or in the same group.
mean,
But yes.
This last year during the summer, we were at High Park and we weren't wearing masks because we were like drinking. And stuff.
Oh, wait, was that for that one event? That was like a big yikes.
I
No,
can't
it
believe
was
that got
like
through HR.
12 people or so, huh? No, we really had like it was like just a team, your team and our
Oh.
team.
Oh, I didn't go there.
Yeah, you didn't go to any of them. I remember this. I went
didn't
like
even
3
know.
different ones. It was for leaving dues for people, whether it's for LTA
Oh.
or just people leaving in general, like Anna and Flavio and
Oh, right. Right. Oh, I
that was
remember this.
summer
Yeah,
last
yeah.
year, right? So
Yeah, that
yeah.
was last July or
yeah,
August.
August. Yeah, the COVID cases were low then. Apparently, there's 400 in Ontario today.
Yeah.
Like it's
Today?
way down today.
Wow.
But then that's, if everyone is on one vaccine, then, you wonder how many people actually have COVID but aren't reporting it because they've got very minor symptoms. So I don't know. I don't know how it works.
Yeah, 400 was what it was like in what was it, like
February.
October, September,
Yeah.
October when it got really bad again?
They said 400 last time was February on the news, but
Oh, I
Yeah,
thought we went
400
down
is
to like
not
almost
bad.
no cases. Ontario, COVID. And they're planning on opening things up? That's crazy.
it was 400 across the entire Ontario. But I don't know. We're like 80% vaccinated almost.
Oh, it
For
dipped below 500 for the second day in a row. Yeah, you're right, 411.
I mean, it feels very low because we were at 3,000 at one point.
Yeah,
It does
still.
feel very low.
But this time last year that was quite high.
Yeah. Yeah, like what 400 was enough for us to go back into lockdown in the fall.
Times change, man.
And
Times
now
change.
people just don't care and they're opening things up again and then it's probably going to spike again and then
I don't know.
we're back on the world's
we're-
longest lockdown.
Yeah,
It's not that people don't care. It's just it seems relatively mild.
things.
I think.
I don't know.
33
Things are changing a
people
lot.
died.
Yeah.
In just the last reporting period.
There have been literal
Relatively.
millions of people who have died across the world because of this.
I know, but even
No, I'm just
33
saying,
people in a
it is
span of
serious.
a day is a lot.
Yeah, it's serious.
I'm not saying it's not serious. I'm
Yeah.
just saying it's relatively mild.
Yeah, but that's the problem with relativity, right? Like people get so desensitized.
That's why
Yes,
in Northern
exactly.
Ireland, every time there is a bomb threat, we go out for coffee and go, "Damn it, we're missing work." No joke.
Is that still happening in Northern Ireland? What?
No, there's no bombs. Not very often, at least. But there, on occasion, there's like a bomb threat because some person is very upset with for in that case that I'm talking about. It was someone who was working in the call center and they must have got fired or something, and they phoned in a fake threat, and like we got basically evacuated out of the building. Like we had to just leave, and they were like, "Damn it all! Like I'm missing work. I needed to get stuff done." But we went out and got coffees, and we just complained about it. There was no fear or anything. It's not like you see in like the US TV and stuff. And I saw there's one where there's a bomb threat and they evacuated like a city block and everything. Like it's just a weird another day kind of thing. But in Northern Ireland, even though it's not actually like that anymore, it's just because it's a hangover from the Troubles. Just people still get the same kind of mindset of being desensitized to it. So it's weird. It's totally not normal. But anyway,
It happens. It happens.
shouldn't though.
No. But it does.
Yeah. Anyway,
Anyway,
you guys have
so,
walked into the bar. You begin offering Niserie sausages.
Yep.
Okay.
Would you like some sausages, Niserie?
Lawrence! And then she goes to lower the sausages from view.
Did you let her
What?
like, grab your sausages and push them down? Like, oh.
Yeah, sure, yeah. Push down the sausages.
Meet my new friend Lawrence and his Lawrence, meet my new friend Thomas and his daughter Bella. Vera,
Hello.
feel
Thomas
free
and
to take a seat.
Bella.
Thomas gives you a look, Lawrence. Gives you a bit of almost a questioning look. You see him kind of like not sizing you up, but looking like just at you in general. A tabaxi person. It says, "It's nice to meet you." Bella is like looking across at you and points and yells, "Kitty!" And then sees Walt come in, and
Walt's
eyes go
probably waiting
wide.
outside. Can I bring Walt into establishments?
I don't know. Would you know this? I just assumed Walt came in because you didn't say otherwise.
Can he fit through a door?
Oh yeah, he's a medium-sized creature, so he can totally fit through.
Oh,
he's
okay.
He's totally fit through a door.
Okay, yeah, then I guess Walt follows in after me.
Yeah, and she sees him like, "Puppy!" and like runs underneath the table thing again, and like runs over and stops about a foot away from Walt, and like kind of like is leaning forward, staring, and Walt just like is. What does Walt do?
Walt takes a sniff.
Yeah, Walt takes a sniff at her, and she smells like pastry.
Ooh, he loves pastry.
Gee, this girl really loves pastry, eh?
Wait, does she smell like she's been eating pastry or like she's baking pastry?
She smells of pastry,
Okay.
and
Oh.
she tries to reach out with one hand to Walt's head. Walt sniffs the hand, I assume.
Yeah, and he sort of like, sort of sits down on the floor in front of her, so his head is like close to her height.
She kind of like gasps a little bit, going, "Oh, puppy!" and like reaches out, like pats the head, and just like does this patting motion, and Walt's head like this kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
He enjoys the attention. He starts flopping over on his back, paws up in the air.
And then she like gets both hands and starts like rubbing on Walt's belly.
His face is completely blissed out. Walt's no longer paying attention to the rest of us.
Oh no.
I told you,
he's
fella. I told you.
just a few steps into the doorway, and Thomas looks over to you. I'm sorry, we can't have pets in here.
Oh, he's not a pet.
It's fine a fellow as he looks.
Unless you're talking about Lawrence.
No, I'm not.
Walt is very much my companion. He's like a sibling to me. A brother from another mother.
I see. My apologies then. Please, may I offer you something to drink?
Oh, you should try out their ciders. Their apple ciders are really good.
Ooh. I will have a cider myself and a bowl of water for Walt.
Very good. And yourself, sir? Looks at you, Lawrence.
Sure, I'll try the cider.
He starts pouring out a couple more cider. Sorry, do you thingy for another cider as well?
I ordered this time the other option because I already tried the cider.
The apple beer, okay. So he pours two ciders, then he gets a tap and actually screws it into a new keg and pours you some apple beer.
Sweet.
Fresh.
Sweet.
He brings you these over, and can I interest you in some call?
What's call?
It's a beef broth. It's very good, I assure you.
A beef what?
Broth. It's a stew but without potatoes.
Ooh.
Very rich.
Will it pair well with the beer?
Probably not.
And then she launches into story. She's like, "Oh, I was like more so kind of towards Lawrence and Vera, like looking in their direction, but kind of still leaning in, so like Thomas is still part of the conversation." Where she kind of reiterates the conversation she had earlier, where she says, "Oh, I've been talking to my friend Thomas about chickens and how it would pair very nicely with all these apple ciders and beers that he's providing. Really good, and a really good topper on top of that."
During this conversation, he does like nod and everything, and like gives you this like hand up and waves as he backs away towards a couple of the other patrons who haven't been served yet.
Yeah.
Goes and talks to them and offers whatever.
And then at that point, when he walks away, then she shies Lawrence, who's like, it's usually terrible etiquette to be bringing in your own food to a food establishment.
Well, I was gonna ask him to cook it for us for a fee, of course.
That's not how this operates, Lawrence.
Well, I've been to a lot of markets where you get your own meat and they cook it for you, and you pay them a fee for it.
Right,
Have you?
to go.
Have you?
Go, perhaps.
Yes.
None of this in an actual establishment. Mostly, the impression is to go, and probably not done well, you would think, because it's just over a fire.
Sorry, what?
Anyways, if we want to maintain good relations with this gentleman and his, potential business, it would help if you're respectful in that regard as well, Lawrence.
Well, I guess I
Please
will cook
mind
these
your
sausages
manners.
myself then. Lawrence leaves to cook the sausages.
You could eat it later tonight. It doesn't have to be a thing.
You realize Lawrence has not yet paid for his drink. As Lawrence leaves.
I'll be back for accommodation anyway, so put
I mean,
it on the tab.
Niserie notices.
Yeah. And I guess, relatively speaking, she won't mention it since they're still at the table.
Mhm.
Like, realistically speaking, she could cover Lawrence's bill and then bill him with interest, but
And
I-
here
hopefully
Lawrence was
Lawrence
offering
will be back
sausages
by
for
then.
free. Sausages which are worth a few silver. And Niserie
Yeah.
just kind of nitpicks on a few copper. Great,
No.
Okay.
Am I eating the sausage, or did you just
No.
suddenly up and disappear?
No,
Huh?
Lawrence was offering
Up
for no
and
fee.
disappear.
Lawrence was offering and not charging anything. He's just like, would you like some sausages? That's all.
Establishment that serves food.
What?
Yeah.
Sorry, your voice cut out because
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Don't worry. Let me get you a loudspeaker real quick.
Vera, you believe
Yes.
that the cider is pretty good. It could be sweeter though.
Yeah. And I'm very interested in this beef broth. And while the two of them are arguing, I wave him down. I say, 2 bowls of the broth, please. One for Walt and one for me. And then I continue drinking my cider, my legs dangling off the bar stool, having a great time.
Yeah.
It's my first time in a bar. Very nice.
Yeah, and you've actually got a slightly higher stool for yourself. There seems to be 2 heights to it, and one serves your purpose much better than the other one.
I picked the tallest stool available.
And you see the barman Thomas goes and talks to his daughter, and she kind of pouts for a second, but then runs in back. In that first door that opened earlier on, Niserie, where the woman came out of, she runs back there, and comes out, and says, "Mommy's gonna cook it," and then sticks her tongue out, and she runs away somewhere upstairs.
Oh, the stew?
Yeah. She says that to her father.
Ah, I see.
So about 10 minutes later or so, 2 big bowls, like big, pretty deep bowls, come out of this very rich smelling stew. There's a hint of thyme in there, large pieces of like steak meat that basically just fall apart on the spoon, like really tender, and sets one in front of you, Vera, and one down in front of Walt. Stands there for a moment, says, "Enjoy." And
Is that Helen that says that?
oh, sorry.
Like, did she
Good point. Helen brings it out. You're right. She sets it down, and she's a human, whereas he's a half elf, it seems, and she's she's got a big white apron on. Her hair's all tied back in a bun, and she some freckles and kind of ginger hair, and says, "Enjoy."
I guess before she goes, Niserie will be like, "Are you Helen?"
Yeah.
Oh, nice to meet you. I am Niserie Satonn, and this is my friend Vera and her companion Walt. The tabaxi outside is Lawrence. I'm sure you'll see him at some point. But yeah, I had the pleasure of meeting your husband, and he was praising you for being both the brains and the brawn of this establishment.
She looks over at him, and he kind of like pointedly looks away, and she looks back, and says, "I."
Yeah, I mean, honestly, meeting another female entrepreneur, I am, very.
No. He deals with that crap. I just make it all. I want nothing to do with that.
Nothing to do with.
Ooh, the stew
The money.
or the cider?
I don't want
Oh, the money.
anything to do with the money, the business. That's all him. That's all in his head. I got nothing. I don't want to have to deal with that. I just like making things.
Hmm.
Right, but you make the ideas happen, right?
I?
So that's half the battle already. Not to say that you have to do all of it. Obviously, like when you're in a partnership, you play to your strengths. But it seems your husband's very proud of you, and you have a fine establishment working for you as well.
I gotta get back to the
Clearly,
kitchen.
like laying in the flattery, but very
Yep.
like subtly, just so it's not like overly. Kind of gauging in her like how she's receiving it.
Give me an insight check.
All right. Come on, nothing. 6.
You still got one reroll if you want. In fact, you still
All
got
right,
2,
you know what? I will re-roll it.
Nice.
Reroll.
Oh, there's another reroll.
Oh, excellent.
Easy as
Excellent.
Rerolls.
Throwing them.
21. Thank God.
She doesn't seem to be super pleased with the compliments. Not that you did a bad job with the compliments, but she just doesn't seem to need them in her eyes. It looks like she knows that she does a good job. She doesn't need someone telling her that. And she's just like, can I get back to the kitchen? Kind of look.
Ah, I see. Well, I guess before you go, do you have any recommendations in terms of food? Maybe something different from the beef broth, since my friend's already chowing down on that?
When the harvest comes in, have good steak and chips.
Sure, I'll have that.
When the harvest comes in.
Ah, so not yet.
Can do you a steak sandwich with caramelized onions, a little gravy sauce on the side. Put a bit of mint in there for you if you wish.
Yes, please.
Toasted or not? The bread, I mean.
Toasted, absolutely.
How do you like your steak?
Medium rare.
She looks at you for a second, and gives a very slight nod of approval, and walks away.
How much would she have started disliking me if I said well done?
You begin to wonder that.
Well, you
and
picked the right.
And I guess in the meantime, she just turns back to Thomas, be like, your wife has a good head on her.
That she does.
Now, back to the talks of this town. I'm very curious. So what I'm understanding is that you guys are very invested in the meat department, but mostly in terms of cattle. What about pigs? No chickens, but what about pigs?
No pigs around. Oh, what happened to Rhythm?
Ooh,
Rhythm was like, I'm done with your shit.
guess so.
It's ruining the borders now on the
That is
stream, I'm
true.
sure. Hey, Rhythm, get your butt back here.
But now we get to see Billy's water bottle that he's not drinking out of.
What? Man, I'm so full.
Wait, what's going on? Why is half of
Because it's built so that it takes 5 of the Discord screens at once, including rhythm. Because I can't have it if I
Oh.
turn it. It's not connected to the voice channel. There we go.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
my problem is I can't get it so it only shows the screens that have people's faces on it, because half the times Niserie turns hers off. So I'd have to change it every single session.
Oh, I will refrain from showing my face next time. Don't worry.
No, I like with your face on. It's just that if I need to have rhythm created. All right, I'll do.
Yeah, for example, Emenar was secretly Isabel for a little bit.
Yep.
It's great.
I know it's great. I'm just adding to this menu every freaking time I have to add something else in that I talk about. It's like notes after notes for everything you guys are talking about. It's like, I've got this massive one. It's just getting bigger. It's gonna be horrible when you come back here, like someday.
I mean, we're making great relationships with Thomas, the
Mhm.
butcher, the ranch people. It's fine.
I don't think you've actually met any ranch people. Just the stable people.
We
Oh,
met
I
the
thought it was the
butcher.
ranch people. Okay.
You haven't met any ranch people yet.
Hmm.
Stables. Vera was at the stables with the horses.
Oh, that's different.
Yeah, you haven't. The ranches are cows.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
So
and I guess on that topic, it's like sort of like, oh, then you must have a booming leather business here as well. Then, I mean, after all, if you're making use of all the cows, can't all be food, right?
to be extremely starchy or anything in there. And the kind of like the gravy kind of with it is like really thick, but still remaining completely liquid. It's what is really good, really.
Is
Good.
it better than my sausages?
You haven't even tried your sausages yet because you haven't cooked them.
Well, why are you trying to force your sausage down people's throats?
I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm just asking if
Yeah.
I'm having as much
You
enjoyment.
don't need to put your sausage in everyone's mouth, okay? That's just not required.
Oh.
I'm sure they would enjoy it, but it's not necessary. Right. So, yeah, what was your question to Vera there, Niserie? Niserie? Your question to Vera?
Oh, just more of like, was there anything that she wanted to add? If she had any experience or stories to bring to the table. I guess mostly like, oh, so Vera, where have you been?
I took a walk around to see exactly how many cows are there, and let me tell you, there's a lot of cows.
Exactly how many?
Oh, you
Uh,
saw about 300 or so.
300 cows.
Wow, that
Probably
many
more
cows?
cows than people.
And none of that for dairy, huh?
Well, I didn't see anyone milking them, but I can't be sure. But I did see something interesting on my way back. It was this big horse ranch. I think it was called Cantor's Leda. Um, anyway, I met a very nice lady in there, Yistrid, and she told me that she trades or sells horses, all kinds of horses, big horses, small horses, cute horses, less cute horses, lots of horses.
So all the horses. Got it. I mean, realistically speaking, out of the three of us, I think only Lawrence would need a horse, no?
I don't need a horse. I can run. I have my own 4 feet. to take
You're
me.
not here! You went
Oh,
on
right,
to, like,
that's right.
smoke your sausage!
Sorry, you're right. I'm not
Poor
here.
beast. Um,
Oh.
well, she did mention, and I inquired specifically about the workhorses. If maybe we could bring a workhorse back to Haven. Maybe to help with tilling the fields or carrying produce to other towns. She said it's around 50 gold for just the horse. Probably quite a bit more if we need to get the accompanying gear.
Hmm. I mean, and then this is more so towards Vera. Like, did you also ask what the cost of a cow would be, since they seem to have an abundance of them?
He seems to have only sold horses. I didn't see any cows at her ranch.
Hmm.
I didn't see any cows there, right? It was all horses.
You only saw horses over there. Yep.
Yeah. I didn't stop by to talk to any of the cattle farmer.
Perhaps that's something that we should look into. I mean, if they do have a surplus, they might be able to sell it out for cheaper. And then we could get two instead of just the one horse.
Makes a lot of sense. Oh wait, I'm not there.
Oh, Lawrence, come back. Where are you?
Lawrence pops his head in every 5 seconds just to interject.
In the meantime, Lawrence, where are you trying to get these sausages cooked?
He's trying to set up a fire on the outskirts or something to cook
How far out?
his sausages. 5 pounds of sausages.
Sorry, I think
You
I
know
cut out there for a second. How far out are you?
Oh, he was just trying to find a place where he can set up a little bonfire to cook his sausages.
But how far out of town? Are we talking about right beside a building in an alleyway, or are you a mile out or something? Where are you?
Depends what's appropriate. How far is far enough from establishments for setting up a bonfire or something.
It depends on the town's rules about having fire nearby. You don't know this town, so.
So I guess he would just go to the outskirts then, just to be safe.
Okay. Right, so you where do you get your wood and stuff for it, or whatever? There's no real trees around.
Oh, I guess he would look for the nearest. Maybe he'll buy some lumber or something. I don't know.
Well, that's what you tell me. What are you doing? You don't just see any wood lying around.
He would look for someone who does the same thing as Brigida does, who sells lumber. Oh, not Brigida, the bugbears, and see if he can buy some lumber from there, or twigs or whatever. Twigs are a thing, right?
I don't think there is going to be a lumber yard in the middle of the town.
Or on the outskirts. I guess he's gonna look for it. He's gonna ask around.
Some people give you a weird look and say, "Yeah, go to the general store."
Okay,
sell
general
firewood.
store.
Yeah, see.
Yeah, firewood. That's the one. Yes.
Just general firewood.
General firewood.
Go into the general store and there's a human currently running it, and she's like looks up from these like glasses at you, and you know, you ask for firewood, and she has some out back. There's a shed out back with large bundles of it, and she brings this kind of twine tied up bundle of firewood and sets it down on the counter and says, "That'll be 2 silver."
2 silver for firewood? Okay,
It's
sure.
like it's enough firewood for a couple of nights.
All right, he'll take the firewood, I guess.
It's all good dried quality. She says she can give you like worser quality, like more damp stuff, but it won't be good for burning. But it'd be a silver for that.
Okay. So he takes it out. He sets up a small campfire at the outskirts and cooks his sausages.
You got plenty of wood to spare as well. You start, set up that campfire. It's getting now more into dinner time. Spear some sausages on what?
Sorry, sausages on what?
How are you cooking the sausages? Like spearing them on sword or something
Yeah,
like that, or
yeah, he's just gonna use his rapier and
just
cook
the
it that
rapier.
way.
Yep. You can.
They are pointy.
They are pointy.
Yeah, they are pointy.
You're cooking there, and yeah, you gotta. You spend good 15 minutes or so cooking them, and out here on your own. You see a couple of men walking up to you with metal conical hats on, and they've got their cudgels, and they seem to be militiamen. Say, well, what do we have here?
Hello, good sirs. What's cooking?
Oh, you tell me. What are you cooking there?
Sausages. I'm cooking some sausages. Would you like some?
They look at each other, kind of. You play cards?
What kind of cards?
Playing cards. What games do you know?
Would Lawrence know any games?
Do you have proficiency in playing cards?
No.
Give me a history check. Or intelligence. Just a straight up intelligence check.
Intelligence.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, there's a couple.
No, the first one's a 0, actually.
Oh yeah, you know no card games at all. You're more of a sometimes maybe on the off chance dice. But yeah, you don't know any card games.
Okay, well I don't know any card games. But perhaps you can teach me over some sausages.
You also get a reroll now.
if you want.
Oh, okay. I guess I'll have to roll it instead of taking the 19.
Yeah, you can't take the 19. 12. I mean, there is one game that you know from growing up, that maybe your friends taught you. The equivalent of like Jack Change It. Have you ever heard of that? I don't know if that's one that's common over here, but
The real me just failed that intelligence check.
it's okay. I think we probably played it in the UK, but I've never heard of anyone over here who knows what it is. So it's not a kids game, but it's a very basic game. Anyway, it's they like look at each other when you like describe the game, like we'll teach you something better.
Sure.
Spear another couple of sausages on for them.
Yeah, why not? Yes.
They see your pile of logs there, and they take them and kind of like lay them out into like a small little table. It's not a table, but it gives it somewhere to put the cards. It's not just the grass. And start like thinking them out, asking you, so what brings you into town, stranger?
Oh, well, I was just out. I just wanted to see what sort of business we can have between the people in the Thorpe I'm from and this town. Here to build relationships, make business kind of thing. However, I am just a messenger. I don't own any businesses. I'm just trying to establish a connection between our town and Beliard, and we'll probably make our way to Womford later as well.
The other guy who hasn't spoken yet says, sounds much like a spy to me.
Oh. Does it?
Don't own any businesses, but you're here for information.
Information on what we can trade.
Does sound very espionage-like.
Okay. Okay. Well, I don't know what to say. I'm not hiding anything.
Sounds like a spy.
We're gonna
Okay.
have to rescue Lawrence from some sort of dungeon at this point.
It's like playing out the hands here and stuff, and you can give me an intelligence check for just how well you're kind of keeping up with the game based on the rules that they lay out.
Let me see. Where is that? Yeah, intelligence. I got an 11.
I mean, you're keeping up with most of the rules, but there's like an occasional one that you forget that they've told you at the start. You're like, oh yeah, I forgot about that part, and you lose some hands and stuff.
By the way, do you get news from outside this town? As you're guarding the entrances to the town. But are these the same militiamen that were like just on the outskirts? I guess they are. 'Cause that's
They
where
look like
I'm
they look
cooking,
like
right?
it, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get
passed
some
by.
traders come through and they give us information as the time. Sometimes ask them questions.
We passed by like a fire giant doing some mining operations down south. Would you happen to know anything about that?
You don't say.
Yeah,
Sounds suspicious.
it does, doesn't it?
Don't
Wait,
know
you're talking about the
anything.
fire giants, right?
Yes. Yes, the fire giants. Suspicious. The other one says, those sausages done.
Are they done?
They're probably done now, yeah.
Yeah, I'll give them a couple of sausages. Yeah.
They take like a dagger each and like spear it with the dagger because they're hot. And he's just like, good sausage.
It is sausage. It's from the local butcher.
That is good sausage.
Which flavor did you get? I got 5 different flavors.
Don't know, can't taste. Too much chewing tobacco.
Is Lawrence right outside of the tavern?
Oh no, he's outside of town, a couple hundred meters away or so.
Okay.
There's a little fire, like a little plume of black smoke coming up. And the other one says, I think I got the apple one. It's pretty good.
Nice.
Well, anyway. You be watching yourself in town. Did you give them their
Why?
name?
No, I haven't yet. Unless, they haven't asked. Why do I
Foreigners
have to watch
tend to
myself?
Foreigners tend to cause trouble. Watch yourself. Keep your feet or paws clean. Don't be making trouble around here. You got
Why would
me?
I do that? I have no.
Because you're a
reason to do
spy.
that.
One of the other one.
I'm not a
yeah,
spy. What?
Puts a hand on the guy who's like outbursted. Puts a hand on his shoulder. Listen, we've just had experience with some people coming in before and stirring up a little bit of trouble. We don't want you to do the same thing here. Is that?
Can you tell us? Can you tell me a bit more about that? I just in case I can, keep an eye out and.
Your
stay
guy
out of
points. You
trouble.
go. He's a spy. He's a spy. He's trying to hold him back. Oh, get out of your fur now, sir.
Well,
Nice
if you
to
ever
meet
feel
you.
like,
And thanks for the sausage.
likewise, if you want to try some of these other flavors, feel free to join me again. Lawrence goes back to his cooking.
You just hear as they walk away. He's a spy. I swear it. He's a spy. Patting the guy on the shoulder.
All right, I guess so much for Lawrence's little picnic.
Sausages are good though.
Nice.
Good quality. Good quality beef. You guys in the inn. What are you doing now? It's gotten like dinner time. There's more people coming in. It seems. There's people like nice lining up across the bar. It's not like packed, but you know you're getting to the point where tables are starting to fill up. And it is an inn, by the way. It has rooms.
All right. Well, yeah. I guess we have some information about the town. I guess if Lawrence has time on the way back to the tavern, he would go back to the butcher and ask him, because he forgot to ask earlier, if he would be interested in selling pork if if we ever come into possession of pigs and stuff.
Yep, he's got an interest for that.
Cool.
Anything gets him up in the game. Yeah, so I guess I was saying later on in the night, is anyone wanting to do anything in particular? You will have a bill for your food and stuff at the inn.
I think
Lawrence
we're
will
staying
not...
at the end, right?
You haven't talked about that yet. Oh, Gus Park. Like, yes. Are you planning on staying at the inn? It is 7 silver a night, or 10 with breakfast and tea included.
Well, Lawrence smuggled his own food, so he's not gonna be paying for food. But if Niserie and Vera want to stay at the inn, then I guess he will stay at the inn.
Wait, you had to pay for the sausages,
Yeah, of course.
so you paid for your food.
No, I mean, like, I don't want to have to pay for it again at the inn.
Ah. Okay.
Because I already have the sausages. I don't want to have to pay for it again at the inn. 5 pounds of sausages, that's quite a lot, you know?
It's a lot of sausage.
Yeah. Who knows why you got that much? Might go bad soon.
Well, I cooked them all. That's why I was offering to share it. I'm gonna give Walt some too. I'm gonna give Walt some
Ooh.
sausages. He's a good
Walt's
boy.
gonna love it.
Yeah, it'll take you a good hour or so to cook all the sausages. You want to keep them all evenly turned and everything, and so it's a heavy ass
That's-
rapier of sausage. You know, you gotta do it multiple runs of it.
Lawrence
I
is
still
just
have
gonna
my-
walk back to town with a rapier with like sausages attached to it.
you know those twister potato thingies, kind of like
Oh,
that.
yeah. Or like when you go to what is it, like Brazilian like
Brazilian
churrasco or whatever?
barbecue. Yeah. Exactly. I have a couple of weapons too. I have an Ikowa. I can spike that with sausages as well, and the rest I can kind of wrap around my body like those machine gun bullets.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Just wrapped, just a sausage across every strap kind of thing.
Yeah.
Take one out. It's very much like Danny DeVito in Always Sunny in Philadelphia, where there's a pocket of sausages. He's like lying as an extra in a movie, and he's like a victim in a zombie thing. He's just lying there, and you see the whole camera pan over, and it's all these explosions, all this stuff going on, and he just goes, eats a sausage out of his pocket. I can imagine Lawrence being like that.
I gotta maintain my protein intake, you know.
Yeah, you can only eat sausage, nothing else.
I mean,
Sausages are good. You should try them.
technically, cats are pretty much just carnivores. So
Yeah. He's doing what it takes to survive.
Anyway, yes, he shares some of his sausages with Walt. And if Vera or Niserie wants some, he's happy to share as well.
So you
But
come
it's up to
into
them.
the inn with sausages and give Walt some sausage after he's just eaten a whole bowl of caul.
No. It's like like not straight away. Like when we're kind of settled down, we decided we're staying for the night and things like that.
Yeah. So, are you guys wanting to get rooms and stuff?
Mhm.
Okay. So
So
let's see. The bowls of caul were 4 silver each. Niserie, you haven't eaten anything either, have you? Or you get the steak sandwich. Sorry, the steak sandwich comes out, and it is really good. It's 3 silver, but big, big sandwich. Like basically it's a Subway foot long size, I guess, but a little wider. With
But
steak
does
and
it pair well with the beer?
It pairs better with the beer. Yes. You get the apple beer. It actually gives a little bit extra in there because it gives a strange aftertaste that kind of works well with it. It's surprisingly effective. Not perfect, but it goes well enough.
I'm still down for the chicken idea. We should make chicken nuggets.
Chicken nuggets. Chicken nuggets go with everything.
Ooh. Fried chicken, chicken
Yeah.
nuggets,
Work really
chicken
well
and
for.
cheese sandwiches.
Yep.
So many options. All right, we need that chicken monopoly. Let's go.
Yeah. I mean, you don't have
Which
any.
we kind of have.
Not much on cheese up here either at the minute. So I mean, you want those chicken and cheese sandwiches or Philly steak sandwiches? That's
We
You
need
did-
to
you did mention the-
export milk and chicken.
Yep. I mean, exporting milk's difficult because of travel time and coldness, but cheese.
True.
Cheese is possible.
Cheese.
Okay. So, for your prices so far, are you getting a roommate or what?
Sure, I guess.
There's some rooms that you can share as well. It's basically 7 silver per night.
Cool. Yeah, I don't mind sharing a room.
10 if you want breakfast.
Do we want breakfast? Or are we eating Lawrence's smuggled law sausages?
Up
Which
to you
we
guys.
actually probably should, because like otherwise, it might not last very long.
Sausages are good breakfast food.
Yeah. So I say we skip breakfast and just have some other nums.
Yes, save some silver. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. The apple beer was 5 copper, which is half a silver. Your sandwich is 3 silver. The room is 7 silver, so that's 10.5 silver, I guess. You can get change out of any of this, and then the call was 4 each, and 7 for the room, and another for the cider. It was 4 copper.
What was the total?
Get 15 silver and 4 copper.
Okay.
That gets
That's
you a
including all
room.
the meals? Not bad.
Yeah, that's for 2 bowls of call. Niserie got the sandwich for 3. Niserie should be 10 plus a cider and a beer. 10.9 for Niserie.
Cool. I will deduct two silver
Oh yeah,
from mine.
and I guess Niserie has to pay for Lawrence on this. Lawrence is coming back.
Fine.
So it'll be 11.3.
Well, I'm sharing my food. I think it's only fair.
Kind of want sausage as well. Damn. Yeah, and then Lawrence is 7 silver for you for the room.
Wait, I thought we were sharing rooms. I'll share a room with Walt.
Why would Walt get a different room from Vera?
Because Vera is sharing a room with Niserie.
But Vera would share a room with Walt.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was gonna be.
Well then Walt and then Lawrence will share a room with Niserie.
Fine.
Seriously? You would
Fine.
allow this, Niserie? You and your noble bearing and everything, sharing a room with this guy
Beds.
who doesn't even know the etiquette of sausage and
She spends some of the night teaching him etiquette. That's what she ends up doing.
oh my goodness.
She's like, next town, don't embarrass us. Let's do it this way.
I mean, I guess you can split up your silver between you for the one room.
Indeed. Okay, so I'll deduct 3 silver.
You
Oh,
still
wait.
get your pelts and all, remember? Still.
Oh yeah, we should sell those in the morning to a tanner. I'm sure
Oh,
there are many
yes,
hammered
that's right, yeah.
tanners in a place filled with cows.
Yep, it should be. Okay, so are you doing anything else for the night? The inn gets a little bit more noisy and stuff as the night progresses. People come in, they get bowls of caul and some steak and stuff, and drink beer. Doesn't get like rowdy, but it's the loudness does increase. It kind of travels up the stairs to the rooms. Rooms are clean though. Well kept, well maintained. Not horrendously
Nice.
big, but so.
Well, I guess before we turn in, I guess Lawrence is gonna ask Niserie and if Vera's available, also Vera, like what they've learned so far. You know, share the information. What they think they should do the next day in terms of like what information they should look out for and things like that. You know,
Mhm.
what opportunities have you spotted so far? I think they seem to be lacking in chicken and pork, kind of thing.
That seems to be the consensus.
All
So
right.
definitely chicken. I don't know how well we'll produce pork, but if we can get other types of fruit, that might potentially be an option as well. They seem to be good with apple, but again, seasonal items. So if anything is off season, they no longer have that. In terms of chicken, they definitely want to go through a butcher first. They don't want that to be like directly to them. However, I've also noticed that this town doesn't have a lot of news going on. They seem to rely on a board that doesn't have a lot of information. So eventually, if we want to start our own media outlet, this could be a possibility.
Oh yes, the butcher told me there were a couple of town criers around.
Yeah, but
That's
they're
where
not
they get
very
most of the news.
effective, apparently. Like, what if
Yeah.
this kid gets sick? You know, can't expect that.
Oh, by the way, no one, well, none of the people I talked to, the militiaman or the butcher, seem to know about the fire giant we saw the other day.
Mm. Gotta wonder what's in this area that they're so interested in.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we should see if we can find someone who deals in ores around town. And maybe they know what kinds of ores are available
Oh,
around
true.
this area.
Also, I think Vera encountered a ranch, you said? Or was it a stable?
A horse ranch.
Horse ranch. Apparently, they're selling their horses for 50 gold.
Workhorses for 50 gold. Oh, that's a lot of
Yeah, a
money.
little pricey. But I was also wondering, since there are abundance of cattle, I wonder if we can get a good deal off of that instead.
Off of cattle?
Yeah, cattle instead of horses.
That
You might be able to
sounds
get two.
2 for
Maybe we
50.
could also find some work for the couple days we'll be in town. Pick up some extra gold to buy horses.
Well, apparently there's no job board, right?
There's a board,
There
but it's not.
didn't
Well,
seem to be a lot of job
Oh, sorry, there
offerings.
is a board, but not a lot of jobs. Yes, yes.
yeah, but there is a
Um,
crier, town crier.
True?
I guess we can look for them in the morning.
Yes. What else? So yeah, we should definitely focus on copper or people. There only seems to be one blacksmith of sorts, at least that I've heard of on the west side. Maybe we can start there in terms of ore as well.
Yes, yes, indeed. Maybe we can find out where he gets his raw materials from. Um, Sounds like a good idea.
Now, Lawrence, what have we learned about social etiquette?
Do not show your sausages in public restaurants, taverns. I don't know.
Close. However, more along the lines of respect establishments that we're going to eventually do business with.
Oh
Does
yes,
that make
yes,
sense?
of course, of course. Yes.
Yes, and that includes not infringing upon their current business with
No,
items.
that was never my intention. I was going to ask them to cook the sausages for a fee. But yes.
More like it's dicey. Next time, let's keep the snack in our own possessions, and let them do their own business.
Can't drink, GG. I have no water.
Sure, sure. So do you want these sausages for tomorrow or not?
I'm just saying, in front of the people that we might potentially do business with, this is not a
Okay.
good look.
Okay.
I downed it, GD. I downed it. One shot.
I ran out. I've got tea. What's coffee? Shouldn't drink that. Right.
I guess that was a good summary for one day of exploring the town.
Great.
Wrote so many notes today. Okay. Are you chilling for the rest of the evening? Anything else going on?
I mean, are shops still open at this time of the
Some
day?
stuff might still be open. Yeah, it's like getting later in the evening. Some stuff might be open or winding down or they're tidying up or whatever. It depends on what you want.
I mean, if it's still open, Lawrence is gonna check out to see if there are other, like, the blacksmith, and see if there's something he can learn from there. If it's if the blacksmith is still around.
Yep. Anyone else want to go or do anything else?
I
Maybe
doubt
look for a
this
tanner?
town. Ooh, true.
Oh, what is that?
Tanner.
Tanner?
Oh yeah, Tanner's, yeah.
Yeah, trade stuff might go on a little bit later. Doesn't mean that they're going to be open for shopping hours kind of thing. But they might continue to work later. Like, general shopping hours are mostly done. But you could pay people visits to ask them stuff if you really want.
This small town wouldn't have something like a magic shop, right?
You didn't see one in your investigation stuff. Is this
I
one?
might investigate in the morning. We'll see.
Okay.
Okay, I guess we Lawrence is gonna see if he can talk to the blacksmith and find out more information about where he gets his raw materials from, if there's any like what resources are in the area.
Okay. You notice that the shop has a close sign on it, but you hear the kind of general ching ching of a hammer on metal.
Yep, so he's gonna knock.
You knock the door. You don't hear anything changing.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty
Well, are the
loud.
lights still on?
You see some lights behind like
Oh.
the shuttered windows, but there is a big closed sign in front on the door.
Ah, I guess he'll be like, I guess I'll just come back in the morning.
Okay.
Doesn't want to be rude when people are resting and things.
Okay. So, anything else over the night?
I guess not for Lawrence.
I think that about wraps it up. Have a early morning. I mean, an early night to an early morning. No?
We have been on the road for days, probably sleeping uncomfortably.
Yep. Sleeping comfortably is a good thing right now. No tent tonight, no bedroll. Actually, a nice, quite comfortable bed. Not the most comfy you've ever had in this area, but it's comfier than any ones that you generally would have, Lawrence.
Nice. I guess he'll take up his armor for this one because, it's relatively safe. It's in an establishment and everything.
Yep. It is indeed. So I can get you a roll initiative. No, you feel it's relatively safe. It's an establishment in town. So, yep. So, overnight, nothing really happens too much. Everyone, let me see. What's everyone's passive perceptions?
Mine's like
11.
14.
18.
So, Vera, you'll hear early on in the morning a kind of hammering sound, like hammer and nail, from outside. Doesn't last very long, but it wakes you up for a moment.
Does it sound like something out of the ordinary?
Someone
Or
hammering
like,
something into wood.
I take a peek out our window and see if I can spot anyone.
Yeah, if you look down, you see someone by the the bulletin board thing, hammering something into it. It's like just hit sunrise right now. You can't see what it is from this angle. After they finish, they begin to walk away.
Okay. I keep note of that and I head back to sleep.
Okay. So whenever you guys decide that you want to get up, you may certainly do so. If anyone in particular wants to get up earlier than anyone else. Other than that, it's a quiet morning. There'll be some people downstairs having breakfast. Which involves pretty much some fried steak stuff with bread.
Ooh. Oh, but we have sausages.
And
Yeah.
there are sausages as well, actually.
Well, I mean, you can get your own meal if you want. No one's stopping you.
No.
No, we'll
wanna-
have your sausages,
if you
Lawrence.
Paid an extra
It's
3 gold. You
okay.
can you smell it. It's actually really good. There's a hot tea there. You know, they've got this different steak stuff and sausage, and it's kind of like a big fried. No eggs though, but you got the good fried bread and everything. It's just like sitting there in the morning. Only you paid the extra 3 gold for it, and you can look at it and remember Lawrence's bag of cold sausages.
Only
I have
they
cold
had
sausages, guys.
Room temperature
We can
sausages.
heat it up somehow.
I mean, there is something called.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think prestidigitation works like a microwave. If that's what you're looking for.
Yeah, but I can light up like a torch or a small campfire, right? Oh, actually, I can warm up a cubic foot of non-living material for an hour.
Oh,
Okay, it'd be warmed up though.
that is a microwave.
It won't classify as hot.
That's fine. Warm is fine, just not cold.
It's definitely not the
Yeah.
way you want to be cooking your food, but okay.
But it's already
definitely
cooked, isn't it?
Yeah, but you gotta warm up. Piping hot all the way through is what they say when you're reheating.
It's okay. I've got cure wounds. We'll be fine.
Listen, that is
Okay,
not
I can
lesser restoration.
firebolt if you want.
Oh, I have Lester restoration as well.
Okay. That
I
cures
mean, I
poison.
can firebolt if you want. It's fine, right?
Okay. Yeah, you can make those sausages look warm. Yep. Mm-hmm. You can do that.
Well, we can just recook it.
Just not here.
Yeah, no, just not here.
It's fine. It's fine. We're good.
So what do you gotta do? You waking up, rapping at each other's doors, like what? Just getting up?
Yeah. Wake up,
Um,
knock on people's doors, see if Vera's awake, invite her to breakfast. And then maybe Niserie will suggest that they go visit this blacksmith and figure out where he gets his ore deposits.
Yes, makes sense.
Before that,
Lawrence
something
agrees.
woke me up this morning. I heard someone hammering down by the town square. I think there's a new posting on the job board.
Oh,
Oh,
well, that's great.
let's go check it out then.
Yes, let's.
Okay. You head outside and check the job board, and you see very obviously which one the new one is. There's a weird picture of what looks like almost an ugly orc head, and it basically the whole thing basically has written on it, hill giants being spotted in the surrounding areas, made off with a couple of bulls. Be on watch. There's a thing under it then it says adventurers wanted.
Oh, nice.
There's said to be a
Adventurers.
promise of 500 gold to anyone who finds out where the hill giant's lair is.
Buy 10 horses.
Damn, That's a lot of gold.
Or 20 cattle.
Amazing.
All right, let's go figure that out.
There is
Let's do it.
a thing stating that you should head to the militia outpost in time. Not outpost. Kind of like a HQ. It says on it. In town for further information.
Oh,
All right, sounds
maybe
good.
we'll see Lawrence's friends.
My mercenary friends? Yes, indeed.
We're off to see the militia.
Oh wait, it's the militia. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Okay, so you head to militia town, or the militia headquarters, and you enter in. You see they're all like wearing these like metal caps. There's a couple in there, and seems to be like a sergeant at the desk, and he's like filling out various pieces of paperwork as other people are like getting ready over in the side or cleaning weapons and stuff. He looks up at you. He's got this mustache, big white mustache, and like white eyebrows. Gotta help you.
Well, we saw your posting, looking for adventurers. I recall it pertains to some sort of hill giant.
Yeah. We
Yeah,
would like to get some more information about this.
yeah. That's an order that's come from Westbridge. Seems there's been some problems recently, and before it gets too out of hand, they want some people to find where they're all coming from, and it's a fairly substantial reward from, in my opinion. But they'll pay it if you've got accurate information on where the lair is located and can prove it.
Of course.
So we just need to provide a location. We don't need to dispatch them.
Correct.
All right, sounds good. And what kind of proof would you be looking for?
Suppose you'd have to bring someone along from either this here or elsewhere to show them where it is. Once you find it, of course.
Of course, we wouldn't be able to
Right.
do that before we find it. That makes
Yes.
no sense.
We wouldn't want to be wasting time hanging around while you search. But offers there. Once you find it, take our
Do you have
people.
any clues?
They seem to have taken a couple of bulls last night. Someone saw one running off into the dark. Northeast or so here, but that's all we got.
Wait,
Well, we've
saw the bulls running off or the giant?
some big thing carrying the bulls.
Okay.
But I also heard of some strange, large hills moving around to the south, but we took it just as story. Though last night, my guards heard of a particular fire giant threat, perhaps in the hills from a particular feline-like person. He just looks at you,
Oh,
Lawrence.
that would be me. Yes.
Yes. The threat seems to be possibly larger than what we first anticipated. We got the notice last night from Westbridge, but we put up the sign this morning once the pillaging of the bulls, at least, happened. I didn't believe it until it happened. Giants. As far as I'm aware, they're just big fairy tale creatures, but there they are.
They're real, I can tell you that much.
Lawrence, you met guards last night?
Yes, I made some friends yesterday while I was cooking my my sausages. These people are actually very friendly.
One of them tells
they?
me you're a spy. Can you attest
Oh
to that?
yes. Yes, one of them did say I was a spy, but I am no spy, I assure you.
I mean, what part of him looks like a spy?
Give me a persuasion check,
Cat
Lawrence.
burglar.
If I were a spy, I would be a lot more suave.
Give me a persuasion.
That and then can Niserie help in saying like, oh, never mind. Doesn't matter.
11.
Think
Wait, we
Lawrence
still
is
have a reroll,
so
right?
she got one reroll, yeah.
I think 11's fine, right?
I think it's hilarious that Bill thinks a 12 is fine and things.
Alright, I will re-roll it.
Could be worse. Could be worse.
Get a 1.
11's still better than an absolute
Reroll.
outright wrong thing.
Oh,
there's
GD gave you a reroll now.
Where is GD getting all these points from?
Can Niserie help him in kind of being like, you know, Lawrence is a very honest character. He's kind of
Oh, I got a 3.
Can she help? I mean, GD just I know you watch GD. I appreciate it. I mean, do you still have the reroll he gave from the start, or one either GD or Sherry gave one as well earlier? So
Alright, I
Still
will
won
make
that.
another reroll.
Fuck
11.
right, nice. 11's
Wow.
not bad. It's one more than
Right.
10.
I told you
The
it was good.
question was, is Niserie able to assist in
What is Aries?
saying
What
that?
is? Yep. So tell me
Oh
what you said.
well, but Lawrence is like, you know, typically he's a very honest character. He might, you know, be a little too naively honest sometimes, but he is a good person and he means well.
I am honest to a fault.
Give me a
Unfortunately.
persuasion check, Niserie.
Bad.
Hilarious. This is hilarious.
I'm rolling terribly all, and I have a +3 to it. It's just like,
It's,
what on earth?
Reroll.
Yeah, it
Oh,
just makes
another
innocent
reroll.
puppy eyes at the guard.
Got another
Oh.
reroll if you wish for now.
Do you want to use it, Bill, or do you want me
It's
to
for
use
you.
it? Whatever.
It's for you,
Oh, it's
Niserie.
for me?
Yeah,
Okay.
It's your roll.
22.
Ooh.
There we go. Oh my god,
Hmm.
GD, you saved the game.
The entire town guard comes down upon you because they believe that Lawrence is a spy. So he looks at you quite hard for a moment, says, "Keep this one out of trouble."
Oh, I try. I try
All
very
right.
hard.
And my guards would wish you to know that they appreciate the sausage. But
Yes, it was all like from your local butcher, which is amazing.
yes, it is quite fine food. Anyway, that's all the real information I can give you right now. If you have any crimes to report, come here. Otherwise, have a wonderful day.
Have a pleasant day yourself.
Have a blessed day.
For some reason, it feels like you're getting more suspicious.
Sorry, just taking quote from Superstore, Cloud9, you know. Guess I'm getting. Have a blessed day.
Yes, Lawrence is the walking ad for the local butcher. Stories about
No
Lawrence's
need for a
sausages.
time crier. Just ask Bill. I mean, Lawrence.
Okay. Yep. So you do that. No problem. Okay. I think we're just past 11 now. There is some stuff if you wanted to go to other areas, but I think it's probably a good point to wrap it up before jumping into 100 other things and trying to hunt
Okay.
giants or whatever you plan to do. I don't know what you're planning to do.
So
But
they said it was south of the town, right? Like where they last
And they
saw
say
them or something.
Westbridge.
so they said two things. They said that the giants seem to have run off somewhere to the northeast, but they've also been stories of moving hills and things recently in the hills to the south.
Oh,
Stories that have been for the last couple of weeks, it seems.
Are the hills to the south the place where we saw the fire giant?
Correct. Yes.
And the fire giant was accompanied by, was it half orcs or smaller
There
hill
were-
giants?
There were orcs and ogres and goblins, hobgoblins and bugbears. There's quite a whole bunch of different goblinoid creatures.
So these two giants are probably unrelated, based on our knowledge of what Zephyros told us of how giants operate.
Possibly. Yeah.
All right.
oh, sounds like we have our quest for the next session.
Yeah.
Wait, what was it about Westbridge again? That there was something going on there?
That's where
That's where the
Go ahead.
oh, sorry, that's where like the alert came from.
Oh, okay. As in, like, they're like, hey, there are hill giants, and then there's also stories of moving hills south of Beliard. Okay.
Okay, so I think that's us at the minute. A quick update then on where we're at for the Haven progression. I believe we're at 15,000 points for the bridge and 15,000 points for the Iron Mine. Once we get to 30,000 on either one, then that is one more thing that Haven can start building. Or at least looking into. But right now, not until it gets up to 30k. So anyone who's out there, not on this stream, but any of our streams at any point in the future for AOF, there's Isabel's stream tag there and Bill's stream tag now in the chat. You can check them out, follow them, please. It'd be awesome. And when they're streaming later on in the week, you can put in channel points to redeem to get up to that 30k for either getting an iron mine through Haven or for the bridge to expand the town out. I think our next stream is going to be Friday night for Divinity at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then there's a few other things going on over the weekend. Like GG's wedding. None of you are invited to, except for everyone who's on this current thing, but no random viewers. But anyway, and then I have no idea what's going on actually for the rest of the weekend. Bill's got crocheting on Sunday, and then I believe Isabel, you're probably going to be streaming on Sunday.
Yeah, we'll see.
Maybe I should do a Witcher tomorrow. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Got nothing planned tomorrow either. Okay. Yeah. So thank you everyone for watching. I think anyone's got a suggestion for a D&D stream at the minute. You can have a quick look and read them.
Oh, you are streaming on your Twitch channel? The wedding? Oh, nice.
Oh, cool. Awesome.
Make sure you don't have any surprises there.
Oh, we can donate so many points for something. Let's see. Anyone see any good D&D streams?
I feel like GD is gonna do a flash mob.
There's a Curse of Strahd, session 4. Do you like Curse of Strahd?
Isn't that the one that Isabel and GD just finished?
Yep.
What?
Don't see any people on it though. As in any cameras or anything.
Oh, there's one for charity called the Fugule Stake. Crime of the Frost Maiden.
Oh, that's. I think that's a good campaign. Where?
It's the Two Gather Studios. So TWO Gather. It's all one word.
To...
Oh, they're so cute.
There you go.
Right?
Funny.
You should.
Cute.
Okay, so you should crochet some seaweed
Yeah.
and crochet some bubbles, and then yeah, just do the mobile / banner thing and put it up behind you when you stream.
It's not a bad
Where
idea.
to hang it though?
The wall behind
Where?
you.
Too far, you won't be able to see it.
Just pin it
Hang
straight
it
to the
from the
ceiling.
ceiling.
Straight
It
in
needs to
there.
be like maybe I'll make an octopus necklace and wear it.
This is the fashion, the makeover you're getting this weekend, right?
Maybe. Ooh, I have all of these around my neck. I don't know. I don't know. At the moment,
Right.
they're just free octopi
Free octopi.
here.
Octopodin for everyone. Oh, sorry, GG. Thanks for the resub. I didn't see that
Yeah,
happening there. I don't know why my activity feed is not.
This one's
working
yours,
well.
Emenar. This one is yours.
Very
This
weird.
purple one.
Oh.
Really appreciate the sub. The purple. Oh wait, there's the purple one.
No, yeah, this is the one that represents you.
Oh, it's so cute. Nice.
Eventually, there will be doubles. I'm just missing a yellow for the pride colors. Then I'll have all pride colors.
Wait, you don't have green.
Well, this is kind of green. This is like a blue-green.
Wait, so why is Emenar purple?
He asked for
I just wanted
purple.
purple.
It's not because he's
Red
stealing your
would've-
color.
Red would have made a lot of sense, but I just really
That's
like purple.
just blue. That's not green. That's like a light blue.
That's like a teal.
This is yeah, it's close to green.
That's like toast color
wait,
in
I've
Among
got
Us. That's
color.
us.
I've got
Look.
nightlight on. Please put it back on the screen.
There's a green and a blue here.
Yeah,
This
it is
I call this a
slightly
green.
different, but it's not green for sure. GG's asking where
It's
his
my
where his
green.
is, Bill. Where's GG's? He says.
Oh,
sea green?
well, you need to come to my stream on Sunday.
Oh no, but for him that's like 7 a.m. That's mean.
Well, I streamed till
I
1.
mean,
Last time I
if
streamed till like
TV is
3.
committed enough, he will be there.
It's the day after his wedding as well. You can't
Oof.
do
Well,
that.
the next week. Easy.
How mean. Anyway,
I'm not being mean.
yes, I'm gonna raid this this other channel with the charity one that Isabel said. So yeah, thank you everyone for joining us tonight, and we'll see you again on Friday and other stuff. Okay, so GG.
GG.